Right, so are we live? It's the first time I've done this, so if there's somebody
We're
already
live, mate.
watching,
We're live.
I do apologise. Oh, God. Boom, 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 boom. We are indeed live. Hello to anyone who's... I don't even think there's anyone in here yet. This would be great if we had 0 viewers the whole time. I mean, it's nearly half
Just
10.
talking to
I've never done a
ourselves.
live stream, but I won't care. I've never done a live stream before, so people on this channel are just like, LUFC Lewis live? Oh, there we go. Here we go. There's plenty in now.
Love it. Love it.
It is indeed. Oh God, this is new to me. I'm going to be really bad. This is the first time I've done this, guys. Don't expect all these TV levels of interacting with comments because
I hope that's because that's about the league rather than the stream. To be fair, about this Super League
yeah,
thing.
this is why I thought
I'm hoping that's what he's going on
just to
about.
help me a tiny little bit. What time's the announcement? The announcement is meant to be 10:30 UK time. Love to see it, mate. I'm glad to see everyone coming in the chat. Yeah, I've been seething all night, and I thought, when's the perfect time to do my first live stream? Let's just jump on now and have a massive rant about those money-grabbing, self-entitled bastards who are Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal. Arsenal? Really? Arsenal? Oh, don't even, mate. So I brought you on just
What
to
makes
keep me...
Arsenal a European superpower? They've never won anything. They've never won the. Well, all right, they've won the. All right, they have won a lot of things, but they've never won anything in Europe. Okay, they get battered every single time they go in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Absolutely battered. Why do they even want to be in it? Why would they want that humiliation on like a weekly basis? And Tottenham are the same. You're thinking, what? Why are they getting invites? And like Leicester, who've consistently finished above both teams, aren't. Where's the consistency with it? How's it working? Are we just saying now that, okay, points, that's totally irrelevant now. Money, financial worth, net worth, there you go. You're straight in. You're straight into that front of the queue. That's obviously what we say now. And pretty clearly what we say, isn't it?
Mate, if it was a case of, say, obviously when the Premier League was formed, they wanted to break away from the Football League, but you could come from the Football League into the Premier League. So it was still a level of competition and everybody wanted to be there and everyone still wants to be there. If, however, then you go and make a European Super League and you say that the winner of the Serie A, the winner of the La Liga, the winner of the Premier League, or so many of, maybe the top 2, can then go into that European Super League and compete in there, and then they can come back down if they're relegated or whatever, fine. I agree football has to move forward at some point. I agree with that, fine. But don't piss off with 15 clubs, the self-entitled 15 richest clubs in world football are self-entitled and think they deserve to be in European football 24/7, in a league that has no relegation. You're competing for one trophy. You know full well you're not going to be allowed to compete in any other competition because FIFA and UEFA have come out and said, you go and do European Super League. You ain't playing Champions League, Europa League, any domestic cups. FA have threatened to kick them out of Premier League as well. So it's just...
So they should.
Why would they want to do that? And what Gary Neville said earlier was spot on. I've seen counter arguments for it, saying that the FA and stuff aren't whiter than white, and I agree with that. I know there's problems on that half of things as well. And football does have to move forward. Something has to happen, but not this.
No, exactly. I mean, you look at it and you think, look, it's pretty clear that what is driving this is money. There's no other way of putting it. Football as it is, for me, works pretty much fine. In terms of on a competitive level, you've got your Premier League, your top 4 goes into the Champions League, then your next 2 or 3 go into the Europa League, and there you go. You're rewarded for performance. What they're trying to do now is create almost an NFL type of football. They're trying to create this NFL thing because it's not just going to end there. It's not just going to end at the 16 teams. They're going to go for more. They're going to go for this rebranding teams. Games happen in Miami. They're going to want Arsenal versus Real Madrid to be in Miami. They don't want it in London. They want to spread it around the world. They might have it in Brazil. They might have it in different parts of the world to try and bring that interest into those 16 teams. And I think what we're getting now as well is that it's not... I think we're going to get into that situation with football. I think we already are to an extent where fans follow players rather than teams now. You got a
lot of foreign fans anyway. Especially for following Premier League, it would be
exactly.
It's like football Twitter. 90% of football Twitter is just repping a player. That's all
Yeah,
it is now.
exactly. And that's what, like, for me, I'm not a massive NFL fan, but that's what it kind of is. Like, your Tom Brady's and this lot, that the franchise players, I think they call them in that lot. So you're going to have people literally just following it just for the players and that lot. You're going to lose.
Oscar's come out. It
started
already.
Ty
Everyone who
from
on
Arsenal
all
Fantasy
TV
V.
have come over. He's had it
You
for an
are
hour and
not
a half.
beating Ty from Arsenal Fantasy V. That is just not being beaten. That is
Oh,
absolutely
the Mackey's drive-through. Yeah.
Ty Arsenal Fantasy V. I've got no comeback to that.
God.
But he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. But look, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you get into that situation where football just isn't football. It's
a business now. It's all money driven.
I'm just thinking, like, there's a lot of Liverpool fans I know. I'm just thinking, as a Liverpool fan, it's basically almost like it, isn't it? Like, in terms of like going to like games and that lot in the way it was before. It must be a pretty surreal experience. I mean, every single Liverpool fan I know is totally against it. And yeah, I mean, it's just, it is following that NFL type brand for me now, mate. I don't know if you agree with that. I just think you're going to get games in different countries, and it won't surprise me if you get things like Inter Miami, get into it, Beckham's team and all this lot. I can see it happening.
Some stupid proposal that if the plan goes ahead where they get those 15 clubs in, that they just want those 15 clubs, there'll be no change, there'll be no one in or out, then they would all move and play in one country. And I think that's ludicrous as well.
Yeah.
I think being a Man City fan, and I mean a proper Man City fan, not the plastic Man City fans who've jumped on in the last sort of 5 years. I mean a proper Man City fans who watched them at Main Road through the hard times, through Division 2. Living in the area, how much City have done for the local community in the last few years. Being a proper Man City fan, and then your club just pisses off to Florida, let's say, for example, with 14 other clubs to play in their own little league. I think that would be disgraceful. I would be absolutely fuming. If Leeds were in that position, I'd be absolutely fuming if they just up sticks and went, right, we're moving from Ellen Road to Peru to play in this little European Super League. I'd be fuming, mate. I couldn't contemplate it happening, and it is going to happen to people, the proper fans, if this goes ahead. Personally, this announcement's due at 10:30, was due at 9:30, so they've already moved it. Would not be surprised if it doesn't even happen because of the amount of backlash they've got today. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's just a plan to get UEFA to back down about changing the Champions League. So they're just using it as leverage. Really wouldn't be surprised if that's the case and they're not actually serious about doing it.
I mean, those plans are ludicrous. Have you seen those plans for the Champions League? Like talking about like having like a 10-team group stage or something just ridiculous like that. Or something for more games, basically. The more games
League does need to change. I agree with that. Something that's big in football, and the Champions League, you don't get bigger than that at club level, does need changing. It does need to be refreshed because football does change and refresh itself every decade or so. You've seen in the last decade how much has changed, whether good or bad. Certain rules have been changed in the game, certain big ones in terms of changing the back pass rule, for example. Offside rule's been tweaked here and there. VAR is obviously massive introductions. Football has to keep refreshing itself to keep itself interesting, but not a European Super League where you just rip every country's biggest clubs out and go, right, we're just going to go and play on his own. And I get the argument, again, that the FA is not whiter than white and the Premier League are restricting clubs and they don't want to be sort of owned and managed by those people anymore, the billionaires who are just in it for themselves. I get that whole argument, but it isn't fair on the fans and it's not fair on the players. If the players have to go and play there, they're giving up stuff in the personal life, seeing family and stuff would be massive if they've got to move. Not being able to play at international level, which they've been told that they'll be banned from doing that. Not being able to play in the domestic richest competitions, such as your FA Cup and stuff, and I know they aren't what they were. Would you want to go and play in a European Super League as a player? Because I wouldn't.
No, not if you're 25 and approaching your peak. That's not what you want to be doing. It's just
no.
I think the big thing is though is the fact that PSG, Bayern, and Dortmund have all said that they're not going to take part in it. And for me, that's probably three of the biggest three elite clubs that are not taking part in it. So you almost look at it from their point of view and you think, okay, say for example, Kevin De Bruyne, he says, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go and play in Miami or live in America for next year or so and commit to this kind of thing. I want to
Yeah.
play for Belgium. I want to do this or that. Any player, Mo Salah, anyone. And then all of a sudden they're saying, okay, I'm going to Bayern. Okay, I'm going to go to PSG. That's what they're going to do. That is the thing. I mean, some players will probably like it. I think there's some players where the opportunity is there to become like a franchise player almost, and really, because that's what I think it is heading towards now. Football, where individual players, are becoming worth more than the clubs. Like your Mbappe's, your Neymar's, and that lot. People like kind of watch PSG and that lot for those players now, almost. If you know what I mean. In Barcelona, you could say for Messi and that lot, and that's kind of where.
Although I'd say as well, I'd argue, and this might be naive, but I'd argue that's the younger generation, and I'm talking.
Yeah, I agree.
You're like your 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds who would idolize a player like Mbappe, and just it's like for example, we've all gone to Barcelona. We've all gone to Benidorm, haven't we, at 9 years old and bought a Barcelona shirt. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
With Messi on the back, like it's just one of those things where younger people are heavily influenced by things like that. But as you grow older and you realise you support one club, and I personally think that should be your local club or something that that's ingrained in your family. Whereas some people think, I'm just going to go support Man United because they've won so many Premier League titles. I can't stand those people. But it becomes less about players as you grow older and more about the club, and you wanting to do the club well and going to games. Even the process of a match day, meeting your mates, having a pint, getting into the ground, standing there belting your out for 90 minutes. Mate, that is football. That is football. You take that away from fans. You take that away from Man City fans and Liverpool fans. It ain't going to go down well, mate. And I tell you now, if the European Super League does go ahead, which, again, I don't think it will. I don't think it's plausible. I think it's just leverage, to be honest. If, say, hypothetically, it goes ahead, fans will boycott games. It's a given. They will boycott games. I've seen plenty of Liverpool fans and stuff saying they chuck the season tickets in the bin and the club will be getting no money. That's one. So you still be playing in practically empty stadiums. Secondly, like we've said, players knowing full well that they're risking their careers in terms of, not being able to play at international level and being banned from playing in certain competitions and, frankly, being looked down upon by the rest of the world.
If it goes wrong as well, it could crash.
It will because I'm saying fans will boycott it. Players won't want to go there, so players will leave and go and play for the new elite Premier League clubs and the new Serie A elite, who have all got the money injected into them now. Say, for example, this happens, the FA is going to inject money into your likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa, Leeds, Everton, Leicester. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll need that new elite. They'll need the viewership to continue. So they'll want those teams and clubs to sign the quality. And there'll be plenty of players who will happily go there rather than playing this European Super League independently. It just doesn't work in my head, mate. Even if it goes ahead, it won't last very long.
I just think privately, your likes of Rajasani, Leicester City's owners, etc. I think privately, your Brady, your Sullivans, and that lot of West Ham. I just think privately they might be thinking to themselves, you know what?
Grassroots football, that's a big one as well. Even grassroots,
exactly.
like League One, League Two. Financially, they could be in trouble because of this, but Liverpool and Man City and stuff, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. These days, all they care about is the business. The owners, they're not football fans. They were never football fans. They saw an opportunity, they took it. It's a business, they make money. That's all they're bothered about. European Super League comes along, they think, there's the paycheck. Let's go play in the European Super League. They don't give the fans any thought. If you're John from Manchester who's followed Man City for 57 years, you've had a season ticket for 57 years, you aren't considered. They don't care about you. You think they care about you, but when it comes down to it, they don't. Football fans in clubs like that are looked down upon, and that is why I'm glad I'm a Leeds fan, and it's why I'm glad that Leeds have not been caught up in modern football in the last 20 years, because we would have become what Man City and Liverpool are now, which is just clubs that rake in a load of money for people who don't care about football and don't care about the fans. And that is not Leeds, and I don't want Leeds to become that. That's why, you see, Arsenal moved away from Highbury. That was money. Man City moved away from Main Road. That was money. And West Ham moved away from Upton Park, and that was money.
Yeah.
And the souls get ripped out of the clubs when that happens, mate. The fans the fans that went then aren't the fans that go now. The atmosphere that was then isn't now. And the more soul that gets ripped out of your club, the more you're going to become like the modern football club with the big Bow Stadium and all the money and the flashy players and the trophies. And I get that, but that's not. I want that to an extent, but you can't have both, mate. You just can't.
No, you can't.
Both.
You can't. I
It
mean,
annoys me.
there's no way you can have both now. But it just can't happen. You're living in dreamland if you think you can have both of those things. I can't see any club being able to have that business model really. But I just look at it again in terms of trying to look at a positive spin, just from a Leeds point of view, thinking, okay, if those 6 clubs do one, does that mean we're title challengers next season?
Well, yeah, this is the thing.
Exactly.
We don't know.
Leicester.
I've seen people say that, if this European Super League does go ahead, that it wouldn't begin until, 2023-24 season. But there's no way the Premier League will allow that anyway. If they know that there's going to be certain clubs who are going to leave in 3 or 4 years' time, they won't keep them in. They'll kick them out right now. Because that's betraying everyone who owns the Premier League. Everyone who's got a share in it, the fans. There's no way people would go for let's just keep them in until knowing they're going to leave. It's pissed them off enough that they know they've gone behind the back to sign up to it, allegedly. Never mind, let's say we're going to leave.
Twice.
This
isn't even the first time. Was it start the season that happened as well?
Yeah. The announcement was meant to be at 10:30. I'm not seeing anything other than people taking the piss on Twitter, which I said would be a possibility. The announcement, for everyone asking, was meant to be at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. UK time. They then changed that to 10:30 p.m. UK time, and there's nothing been said now. Not on Twitter anyway, which is where I'm looking. And if it would have been breaking news, it would have been here. If anyone's watching Sky News live, please let me know if anything's being said, because I'm not currently watching it. But we knew this was a possibility, didn't we, Oscar? We knew that nothing was going to come out, and I really wouldn't be surprised again if it's just leverage. It's all bullshit. It was just to stir up a bit of controversy, to get UEFA to back down in changing the Champions League. And if UEFA did that, then clubs have won at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? UEFA are their own body; they should be able to make their own decisions and not back down to clubs. It was the same when the pandemic come about, mate. When all the bottom 6 and stuff were saying that we're not going to play unless you cancel relegation and stuff like that. Premier League didn't back down to them, so UEFA shouldn't back down in this situation.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I honestly didn't see football returning there, like in terms of their season being played out the way it was at the time. I just thought, it sounds like we're going down PPG, points per game in this slot, or they're just going to just cancel the season. It was going to be one of the two. But yeah, that's what they're going to have to take the same hardline stance and still stand up to these clubs. I know it's easier to bully, if you want to use that word bully. I don't think it is bullying, but it's easier to influence Norwich and Villa than it is these big boys. I do think that could be argued. Get that. But UEFA are also bigger than the FA. So they have that more power. At the end of the day, if you make that threat, if you want to call it a threat, to say Man City and say, okay, go and play your Super League, but you're not in the Champions League anymore.
Yeah.
You're not in the Premier League anymore. And if that then collapses, it's the end of the club, isn't it? What they can't play in anything then. They're completely out of all competitions. They've got to then go cap in hand back to them. So it'll be interesting how it works, really. I think it's all about the approach that UEFA take. If they take that hardline stance, or if they just say, okay, go. It's almost like, and in terms of Brexit to an extent, in terms of it's the uncertainty around it. This will go on for a long, long time, a bit like Brexit. This won't be even if it gets agreed, I think it will be probably 10 years.
Yeah, no, that is the thing. Yeah, what's actually been announced? What's actually been announced is there's been 12 clubs, is it, signed up to the European Super League, and those 12 clubs consist of the likes of Milan. Is it Milan? No, Inter.
Juve in it as well.
Juve, Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Man United, Man City. Those are the English clubs. Dortmund and Bayern have turned it down. PSG have apparently turned it down as well, but I'm not sure about that. And basically they said that it was going to be officially announced. It was leaked this morning, but it's going to be officially announced at 9:30 p.m. UK time. They then moved that to 10:30 p.m. and nothing's been said. which really doesn't surprise me. So we'll keep you posted. And if nothing's announced tonight, then we'll shoot and then wake up a bit morning with probably more bullshit. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be one of those things. It is Brexit, mate. It's football Brexit. And at the end of the day, where they're just going to keep using it as leverage and blackmail to say, well, you're not changing Champions League because if you do that, we'll piss off and play on his own. Do you know what I mean? It's constantly going to be situations like that. And like you said, they've tried doing it twice this season now. This is the second time it's come about. It's a disgrace. Gary Neville got it spot on early. It's a disgrace to English football, the 150 years of what's been built up. It's a disgrace to the fans. It's a disgrace to the players as well because they'll have no say in it. It's like earlier after the Scum game, they tried interviewing Ollie about it. And I'm like, you can't stand him there and grill him. He's got nothing to do with it. It's the board. It's people above him. He manages the team. That's it. I
think if you asked him honestly, he's saying, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I think
any manager's in the dark as well.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I think managers will leave. I think
it's been just come up now that apparently Klopp said if it was a feasible thing or a genuine possibility, he'd leave. That I don't know if that's true. I've just seen that on Twitter. What kind of announcement are we waiting? The official confirmation that these so-called 12 clubs have signed up. Sky Sports seem to be pretty confident that it is, and every other sort of news outlet, but we're just waiting for the official confirmation. And I don't know who that's even coming from because I don't know where this, what body are they under? They're just themselves, aren't they? Yeah. They're just starting it. They're not under a body like UEFA or it's just them, innit?
Yeah.
So are we waiting on official club announcements to all come out at the same time and go, we've signed up to so? Because I tell you now, as soon as one of them clubs tweets,
oh yeah,
you won't want to be an admin. Put it that way.
The thing is, though, I mean, these clubs, there must be. They should just be
Barca
waking
and Real Madrid are in.
Yeah, they are. The Spanish clubs have joined in, and you just got to wake up and smell the coffee. Real Madrid, Man United, Liverpool, FSG, Glazers. Can they trust each other? It's really to run the same kind of competition. Without, I just don't get how that can work, kind of thing. It's absolutely just insane. The whole idea. It's
right. The 12 clubs for people asking who've signed up are Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Barca, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus. Dortmund and Bayern both turned it down, which you've got to give plaudits for, because the two biggest clubs in Germany have basically said no. They clearly care about the smaller clubs in their country. They clearly care about the integrity of their own competition. If this doesn't go ahead, even if this is blackmail or they're using it as leverage to get what they want, this won't be forgotten now. Those six clubs, those 6 English clubs, it will not be forgotten now. They will forever be looked down upon for this. I won't forget it. We're playing the enemy tomorrow. We're playing one of them, one of the greedy bastards. We're playing tomorrow. And I hope we turn them over because do you know what will happen then? Then Leeds United, newly promoted Leeds United, will have beaten 2 of the European Super League clubs in 10 days. And that's why they want to be 100% in this league, in European football. So they've got it guaranteed every season on a plate. They don't have to work for it. They're just there. Arsenal, 9th. Spurs, 7th, is it? 7th. Yeah. They're not even in the Liverpool.
Exactly.
Liverpool are even in the top 4.
They get
Leicester
battered.
and West Ham are in there.
But they get battered, though, wouldn't they? Arsenal and Tottenham. They can't even compete with Fulham.
Arsenal will be bottom of that league.
Exactly. They'll get
Arsenal, but they won't be relegated, so they're fine. They're rosy. They still get the paycheck.
But it is rosy. But the thing is, after a while, they get to a point where they're losing every single game, or they're losing 9 out of 10. Teams just get bored of them. They just say, where's the guarantee that these 16 teams, it won't get to a point where, say, Real Madrid or Barcelona are right at the top of it, and I suppose, I don't know, City, and saying, hang on a second, we've got Arsenal in this. No one's really interested in them. They're not getting the viewing figures anymore. They're not bringing anything to the competition anymore. Let's kick them out. What happens then? This is the thing.
It's like Harry says here, why can't they do this as well as the league? If games aren't going to be frequent. They wanted to do that. That's their plan. But the Premier League have turned around and said, right, well, if you leave, you aren't playing in Premier League. UEFA and FIFA turn around and go, right, well, if you leave, you aren't playing the Champions League and the Europa League. So just imagine you're Liverpool, right? Liverpool have got one of the richest histories, if not the richest history right now in English football. You leave and go and play in the European Super League. What you are giving up by doing that is every other domestic, European, and world competition. You're banned. You're not playing in any of them. You've got one competition, and that's the European Super League. That's what you're giving up. You're also making sure that the players who play for you will not be allowed to play at international football level, which then angers a lot of other people as well, because, say, Harry Kane won't be able to play for England. How's everyone else going to feel about that? How's that fair on the English national team? It's not. Spurs will be making that decision. That's what Liverpool will be giving up. They would also be not caring about the fans. The fans are clearly against it. They won't care about them. So that's what they have got to sacrifice if they want to do this. UEFA, FIFA, FA, they're not having it. You can't just go and have both. You can't up sticks. You can't go and get your paycheck and then play in the right, okay, just imagine that they did allow that. Imagine the Premier League said, right, you can go and play in the European Super League where you're going to be bringing billions in and then still compete in the Premier League against newly promoted Norwich City.
Yeah, it's mad.
So how is a £3 billion team, say, for example, playing Norwich City fair in any sense of the word? It's fucking not. It's not plausible. So that can't happen. It's ridiculous.
It's like cricket, isn't it, almost, where you got like your county cricket and then your T20 stuff. That's almost what we're always heading into. It's almost like we're two separate sports where you're saying, okay, you like your Norwich and Southamptons and that lot, no money in them. They can just go and fend for themselves now. It's survival of the fittest in that regard. This is the league you want to watch now. The Super League, 16 teams in this lot. They're doing stuff like 80-minute matches now. No more 90-minute matches. No more offsides. They can do whatever they want now. If there's no regulatory body, they can make their own rules. They can literally do whatever they want. They can say, okay, we'll have no transfer window or a constant transfer window. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to just end there. They can say, they can charge like £600 for a ticket. They can do stuff like that. They can do whatever they want. They can play it behind closed doors. They can literally do anything. It is quite a scary thought if it is allowed to go through. But again, I think even if it is, it's going to be a long time. It's talking about 20. Was it 23, 24? You were saying there, Lou.
I've seen rumours that it wouldn't be starting next season.
Be that though.
But I can't. I can't
Brexit
see.
was supposed to be 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and it's only just happened now. That to put something like that through, where the majority are against it. Okay, they might have a smaller voice, but the majority is against it. It's going to take 10 years, I think, at least.
Still no announcement. Still no official announcement. I knew this was going to happen. I don't think it'll be confirmed. I think they've seen all the backlash today and they thought, shit. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's a fun idea. I'm not going to lie that as a neutral, yes, I would probably want to see the world's best teams and richest teams and best players go head to head every week. Every week. Yes, it sounds like a fun idea. That's a FIFA tournament. And a FIFA 21 tournament, a virtual tournament. Realistically, in real life, it's not feasible or plausible. It would mess too many things up. You can't do it. That's why the Champions League is so entertaining, because it's a rare. Also, that's the thing as well. If you're watching Man City play PSG and Man United play Real Madrid and Barca play Liverpool week in, week out, it's going to become boring.
Yeah.
And then when it does collapse, which it will, European competitions, no matter how high after that, if the Champions League comes back or if those clubs crawl back into the Champions League, people are going to be bored of watching it then, because fixtures like Liverpool and Barcelona are a rare spectacle to watch for the neutral fan, or even if you support one of those clubs. Doing it week in, week out would ruin that, and there'll be no coming back. That you are ruining football in all senses of the word. In any situation you imagine this in, it kills football. Full stop. The fans, the players, the managers, the backroom staff, they won't want this to happen. The people up there, in every boardroom, higher above, who've got all the money and all got dollar signs behind their eyes, who've got no thought for the fans and what football actually means, the working man's game, they don't give a fuck. They just want money. It's a business. Simple. It's sad. It's really sad. It's awful. But that's what we're faced with now.
I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's that exciting a prospect, to be honest, mate. Maybe the first season might be okay, but you get teams like Tottenham, Atletico Madrid, and that lot, and we know what they're going to do against the top sides. They're just going to park the bus. So you're going to get a lot of games where teams are thinking, "Ooh, blimey, yeah, we're up against this lot today. We're up against City today." I just think you get a lot of. But I mean, look at the games this season. You've had the 2 Manchester derbies. Boring games. Liverpool versus City earlier in the season, boring game. Yesterday, Chelsea versus City, boring game. I just think sometimes, unless it is a City versus PSG where both teams are looking to play football, most of the time, those games, yeah, you're watching it, you're absolutely enthralled by it, but in the end, it doesn't turn out to be that exciting. And when it's like that every single week, I just think people just get bored. Eventually, I just think people will just get bored. The teams will cancel each other out, and yeah, it loses all its competitive edge. Then, and I just think, I just don't see any
managers as well. Though that's a big thing as well. I'm talking about if you're a player, would you want to go there? If you're a manager, would you want to go there? Because personally, if I was, Ollie, I'd want to stay here with my family and manage a domestic club. And I get his links to, maybe not Ollie, maybe a bad example. Tuchel, who's just joined Chelsea. Would he want to be in the European Super League with 14 other teams, same teams week in, week out? Limits on transfers, players not wanting to play for him because they'd rather play in a domestic league, all the stress that comes with it. They just haven't thought it through. And honestly, I do think it's just blackmail. That's my opinion. They could come out with an announcement now and say, no, we're serious, this is happening, we're sick of UEFA, being back and forth. There's no straight answer from Premier League. It's if it happens, it's bad. But if it happens, it's bad. I get why they want to do it, but it's bad if it happens. That's all I can say.
Well, I think you get a situation as well there. All of a sudden, it's not even Arsenal FC anymore. It's the Arsenal Gunners.
Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah,
you're going to get that things. You're going to lose all these clubs. Going to lose all their traditions if they go with this. And I just think, there's so many things that are kind of going against the plan. You got your players, coaching staff, fans, and I just think it's such a difficult thing to put through. I mean, people have compared it to like when the Premier League was formed, but I think that's a little bit different. I think it's a little bit different, that to be fair, because the Premier League is actually...
The Premier League was formed at a time where Sky Sports were at the peak, where football coverage was going from what it was to there. And they wanted an elite league with elite clubs to televise that and celebrate that. And at the time, it made sense with the money that was coming into the game, the rules that were changing in football. Football was being taken a lot more seriously than it was back in the day, where players could just drink a night before, drink before a game, drink after a game. Won't really give a shit about fitness tracking and stuff like that. The game was changing completely back then. Fitness was being tracked, your diet was being tracked, all sort of things around the game. And TV coverage was a big thing, and Sky were on top of the game right then. No one rivaled them. And the Premier League came about because of that, because the clubs who had the staff and the facilities to take it seriously from then on were in that league. That's why that happened. Now, you could argue that the clubs now, we've got all the money and the best facilities, they're just doing the same thing. But they're not. Because by the Premier League breaking away from the Football League, that had no financial impact on the clubs below the Football League. The Football League was still the Football League. But it was the same. It was basically Division 1 with two extra clubs. No, two less clubs, sorry. That's all it was. It's the same league. under different branding, under a different body that was still above the Football League. They're all still linked. You could go from one to another. Money was still shared. The European Super League would have nothing to do with any other league around the world. It would be completely independent, managed by the clubs. They'd rake all the money in. TV rights would be through the roof. It's not the same thing. It would have a negative impact on the rest of the world if this happens. Whereas that didn't. That needed to happen for football to move forward. Football was moving forward in all senses of the word in 1992. Now it's not. It's just greedy bastards.
Yeah.
That's all it is, mate. It's just greed. Business. People who don't care about football or its integrity or the fans. It's a business. They want money. Simple as that. Be entertaining for maybe one season. Then it'd be boring.
People bought clubs for different reasons back then. You know, you get people like your Blackburns when they won the league. I think it was Jack Walker. I think it was. He was a Blackburn fan. He just wanted them to win the title. He wanted to help Blackburn. I'm not saying Blackburn did it the traditional way in terms of they brought through all these players for the academy. Blackburn went on a mad spending mission, but the actual incentive there was to win. It wasn't to make money for the whole project. It was to win, and that was when I think it all started when the Glazers bought them.
At the end of the day,
them becoming involved in football at the top.
Yeah.
I'm not just blaming them, but
but it's a good example.
They're
there's
the first.
There's still people in the chat here saying, it's similar to 1992. Think of it this way, right? Think of it this way: the European Super League would be clubs breaking away from their domestic leagues. Maybe not by choice, but that's going to happen. So you've got six of England's, or the six of, how do I say this? England's six biggest clubs breaking away from English football. That's not good for English football.
No,
not at all. Whereas 1992 was literally just football moving forward altogether. And they didn't break away from English football. They just created another tier to add more competition. And what that did was actually bring a lot of non-league clubs at the time up into league football, which actually created a lot more revenue for those clubs than has done over the years. It wasn't a bad thing. That needed to happen. This has no positive impact on any. All right, you can argue, they'll bring six new clubs into the league. These are the people who don't go to games, right, and sit at home and watch football on the TV. That think, oh yeah, let's watch Man City play Real Madrid week in, week out. That'll be great. But it won't. You'll be bored of it a season in, I guarantee it. And then you'll want your domestic leagues back. And do you know what? When it fails and when they all want to come back, stick them at the bottom of the fucking pyramid and make them earn status, because that's where they should belong. They should be punished right now for even agreeing to it. Never mind waiting 3-4 years for them to leave and then say, all right, no, punish them now, deduct points now, fine them now. They need to be investigated as well. It's treachery behind the FA, who are the board who governs them, who own them.
This is almost like, maybe not to the same extent, but say in Scotland, okay, if Rangers or Celtic decided, you know what, we've had enough of this SPL now, we've had enough of the Scottish Premier League, we're going to go over and join the Premier League.
Yeah.
That is basically what you're saying then.
Yeah.
And maybe it'd be more entertaining for having those, like that kind of size of club go into the Premier League, a bit more, it gives a bit more, what's the name, into the Premier League, a bit more rivalry in that lot. But that is the end of the SPL. The Scottish football as we know it, that's the end of it. And then you're kind of saying that's just two teams leaving. Then if you're saying six teams, and I'm not being funny, your Liverpools, your Cities and that lot, they're a lot bigger in terms of commercial size than the Rangers and Celtic.
Yeah.
And if Rangers and Celtic sounds bid in Scotland, imagine that. Liverpool and City and the other four.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not just English football. Spanish football.
No, Spanish football, Italian football.
Spanish football is absolutely gone if that happens. There's no way back for it because after the two Madrid clubs and Barcelona, your next biggest club's probably Valencia.
Yeah.
Think about the fourth biggest club in England. That's probably I don't know.
English football and the Premier League. If you can imagine the Premier League without the big six right now, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You would actually sort of go back to the old days and the richer clubs who were Everton and Villa.
Yeah.
And then you'd have probably Leeds there now. That's just not being biased. It's just a fact. Like, we would be one of the biggest clubs in there. Leicester now, Newcastle, West Ham. That's probably going to be a big six right there. Your new big six.
It'd almost be like being back in the Championship again for us, because we'd be
Yeah.
fighting at the top.
Yeah, it would be more competitive if we're talking about this like it's going to happen. Realistically, I don't think it's possible at all. I think the fans will be against it. Everybody's against it. But we're talking in a hypothetical sense here. Say they've left. Your big six are now Villa, Everton, Leicester, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham. The FA would make sure they all get cash injections. Those clubs would make sure they bring quality in, and it would be competitive again and more entertaining to watch. Personally, I think this is the best Premier League season in terms of not actually being able to predict it for a while. Not just because Leeds are back in there. I watched it before and it was dry. You knew what was going to happen every season, especially back in the days of when, Scum were winning title after title after title. It was drying up. It was getting boring. It was just predictable. There were no competition. Whereas, hypothetically, if they go out of it, there would be more competition there. It would be more entertaining, like the Championship is. Would the quality of football suffer? No, because we're not in 1991. There's still the facilities there. There's still the staff there. There's up and coming players. Academies are rated 5-star. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Whereas for countries like Spain, they do literally hold on to two clubs, which are Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Pretty much the same.
And Atletico Madrid are leaving as well. So
that's your three biggest clubs by far as well. The next biggest club is probably Valencia, Sevilla. They've not got the same. They haven't got that same pull for me as what a Leicester or a Leeds would have if they got to the top of the table. That's just my personal opinion on that. But it'd be interesting. I mean, I look at it, and to be honest, I'm angry because I think it's the arrogance of these clubs, and I think it's almost the death of football to an extent if it does go through. But then I look at it and think, you know what? In terms of watching Leeds, it's not gonna affect my. I'm honestly not bothered if Leeds are playing City over the playing Villa. I watch Leeds because I watch Leeds. I'm not bothered about watching Leeds play. It wouldn't bother me if I never saw Kevin De Bruyne play against Leeds or Mo Salah. I don't watch games for that. I know Leeds.
I watch
fans.
Leeds for Leeds. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not Leeds fans. There's one or two Leeds fans I know who say, "Oh, imagine when we get back to games, you get to see these players turning up." And I remember at Brighton. Do you remember at Brighton? I think it was Brighton. They got beat by Chelsea like 6-0. I think Hazard scored 4, and a Brighton fan held up a thingy saying, "Hazard, can I have your shirt, please?"
That's I've seen that happen though. Against
For those kind of fans, they're probably crying right now. They're saying, "Oh, we're not going to get to see these players in this lot." I don't care. I really don't care. No. I watch Leeds because I want to watch Leeds.
We bring those players to us.
Yeah,
we bring the quality like that to us and play for us. Rafinha in his first season back, it's ridiculous signing. Rodrigo as well. I know Rodrigo's not turned out in the way that many hoped he would, or he's not got off the mark as quick as Rafinha has, but he'll come good. The quality's still there. The experience is there. Bielsa believes in him, so I believe in him. To bring those signings in first season back in and we'll only continue to do that, especially if something like this happens.
Well, look at Rafinha. I'm not going to pretend his dream is to play at Leeds his whole career. It's probably beyond that. He's probably thinking, I want to play for a City. I want to play for a Liverpool. Maybe not right now, but in the future he might be. When he gets to 27, 28, his peak, he might be thinking that. Fair enough, he's a top quality player. But then if you're saying to him, okay, you got to go and live in America or wherever. You can't play for Brazil, which we all know is his dream. He's mentioned it numerous times. His dreams to play for Brazil. He's not taking that.
Exactly.
And it makes it easier for Leeds.
And there's plenty of players who not so much see the national team above the club, but it's a massive part of their careers, especially for the young lads, especially for, say, Calvert-Lewin, for example. And I know Everton aren't going there, but, say Calvert-Lewin played for Spurs. I know Harry Kane. You can use Harry Kane as an example as well. Harry Kane, if you tell Harry Kane, you're playing in the European Super League, but you're not playing Champions League, Europa League, FA, your own country's domestic honours, or your national team, no chance. Surely someone like that would, and there'll be plenty of players like that who boycott it and say, right, I want out.
He'll be thinking, oh, we can't beat Fulham at this moment in time. I just Kane, Son, any player with his, any decent player.
I'm surprised he's still at Spurs, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah, I think they might have it completely all go if things like that go through. But any player worth anything is going to think, okay, we might not be great, but if we're in the Premier League, most weeks we're going to be playing teams where we've got the better quality.
Yeah.
If you go into a league like that, okay, we're in a league of 16 teams, but 15 of them are miles better than us. You're not going to suddenly think, oh yeah, I'm going to stay anyway because we might get better. You're just going to think, we're not. That's the thing. We're not. We're just going to get battered week in, week out. It's almost like for Spurs, and this might be an extreme example, they'd almost become a San Marino.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe not that far.
But it is.
There'd be no point in football for them.
No,
no disrespect to that might be, but there wouldn't be.
It's harsh, but I get where you're coming from. People will get you where you're coming from with that. This is frustrating me now as well because I knew there'd be no announcement. Right, 9:30, 10:30. It'll be moved and moved and moved and moved. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even talk about it. I would not be surprised with that. I keep saying if it's just bullshit to get the UEFA's attention.
When it's coolest. Yeah, the iron's hot right now. They're going to wait till it's cool. When people have forgotten about this in 3 or 4 weeks' time, maybe the end of the season.
Yeah, that's a bit. People were questioning that as well. They were saying, why now? Why halfway through a season? Well, not halfway through a season, but why towards the end of the season? That's because UEFA, for people who don't know, UEFA were going to announce tomorrow their decision on changing the Champions League format. And that's why the news has come out today that clubs are now threatening a European Super League again. 12 clubs have signed up to it for people who have just joined, because I see a lot of people in the chat asking, when's the announcement? Has it been announced? Who signed up to it? What's going on? And I know people coming in and out of the chat, so I'll try and keep you all updated as we go on. We'll have a chat with the chat in a minute, because me and Oscar just rambling on with no new information. You know our opinions right now. We think Kane's it's completely wrong.
Leeds is what we're saying.
Yeah, Aguero and Kane up front for Leeds United next season. That's what's happening. But yeah, anyway, so when we know, you'll know. But basically, the crack right now is that 12 clubs have signed up to a European Super League, breaking away from their own domestic leagues. And those clubs from England are Man United, Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool. Spain, it's Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. And in Italy, it's Inter Milan, Juventus, and AC Milan. I think I've got that spot on. Somebody let me know if I haven't. And then they're wanting 3 more clubs in there as well to make a 15-club league. That's proposed. They've apparently signed up to it. We're just waiting on the official announcement, which was meant to be at 9:30 p.m. They moved it to 10:30 p.m. and there's still been no announcement. Personally, I keep repeating myself, but just for people coming in and out, I think it's bullshit and blackmail and leverage to get UEFA to change their mind about changing the Champions League format, which was due to be announced tomorrow. But we're just talking hypothetically, if this was to happen, how bad it would be for the rest of football. We're going to have a chat with some of the comments, so get your comments in now. I'm just going to pin a comment right now. I don't think how can I pin a comment in live chat on here, Oscar?
So if you go to
spare with us, guys.
3 dots next to the comments.
3 dots next to the. Oh yeah.
So if you go to that, it should give you an option to pin.
It doesn't. For some reason. No. Weird.
Should be able to.
No. I mean, I'll put it in the chat, but I don't know if I better pin it. Still waiting on an update, guys. The official announcement. There's stuff flying about Twitter about the time being moved again, possibly being at midnight. Some people saying now, some people saying in the morning. This was always. Is there someone says? Hold on. Somebody said, is there relegation? No, there's no relegation. It is literally a league of 15 clubs independently playing for money.
Mm.
All it is, week in, week out. The world's best teams, richest clubs, playing each other week in, week out, and everyone else is excluded. Nobody can get in, nobody can get out. That's all it is. So you
I
lot
reckon
get your thoughts in about that, because
there won't even be a trophy for the team that wins it. It'll just be a
well,
big
yeah, you can play for the trophy every season, obviously, yeah.
It won't even be that. It'll just be
No,
like,
just be a
those
check.
big
Yeah,
checks
yeah,
you
yeah.
see, the giant checks. It won't be that. It'll just be
£3 billion.
here you go, all this like $3
Yeah.
billion or something. It won't even be trophies anymore. That'll be it, kind of thing. And the players won't even be able to celebrate, kind of thing. It'll be like, okay, right, yeah, we need to sell a new shirt and that lot. Go and sort that out now. That's it. Like the players aren't even players anymore. It's just like
Yeah.
they're just marketing tools. That's all they are. If that becomes the case, but yeah, I think tomorrow the Leeds Liverpool game, I think it adds a bit to the game. To be honest, I mean, I've got nothing against Liverpool's fans.
Against every big six club now it will, because again this won't be forgotten. It will not be forgotten. So
no chance.
Right, we're gonna have a chat with the comments now. So get all your comments in. We'll get your opinions on this, and we'll have a chat while waiting for this so-called announcement, if it even happens. But get your opinions in on it. If you want your comment to stand out, or you actually want to come on a stream like this in the future, then make sure to become a member. You can now join my channel. So I'm gonna use this opportunity live streaming to actually promote this, because not many people, it's kind of gone under the radar a bit. So I think the prices are pretty reasonable for the perks you get. You get perks. So I'll follow you back on Twitter and get you on live streams and get you on quizzes and live streams, and anything you want to be involved in, you can come on and for a small fee. So yeah, the pinned comments there, the links there if you want to look into that, and even if you get the lowest level, come join the channel, come have fun. We're going to be doing a lot more of these live streams in future, I think. So yeah, get your comments in. As I say, if you want your comment to be like, because it's flying at the moment and I've missed a load, so if you want it to stand out, get your membership sorted, get your icons in and what have you, and I will 100% see them and get back to you. Seen a lot of Spurs slander here. Rightfully so.
San Marino.
Yeah, the new San Marino, according to Oscar, Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs, right? I'll join in on the Spurs slander here, because Spurs won the top flight once in the last 50 years. Something stupid, like it's 1969.
60.
1969, so that'll have been what? 52 years? If I can work that out wrong. I don't know. Yeah, no, 31, 21. Yeah. So, right, we, Leeds, have won the top flight 3 times since then, and we spent 28 years outside of it. They've spent no time out of it. In fact, no, that's wrong. They have spent time out of it, I think. I might be wrong. Someone check for me. But we've spent 28 years in total outside the top flight and won it 3 times since 69. Ridiculous. Oh, ridiculous. And Arsenal have got a cheek to sign up to that with their recent form of the last decade. They're not what they were in 2004. Can't beat Fulham.
They can't.
Man City can't beat Leeds. Newly promoted. They've tried twice this season and failed, and now they want to go and play in the European Super League. Yeah, get out of it.
It's mad. It's mad, honestly. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy, It's
announcement out, apparently.
Announcement is out.
Bet it in. Bet it's the chat having a bit of fun.
They're messing.
Oh no, it is out. Is it out? I don't know. I'm seeing a lot. Let me
let's have a look.
It's not out as in they've made it official. I don't even know what's going on here. Bear with me, people, because this is a bit confusing. 15 minutes ago, apparently.
I mean, the fact that
right, no. Here we go. So this is an official statement from the likes of BBC and what have you. Still waiting for the statement. it's been reinforced that this is very much a US-led operation. Imagine my shock. Imagine my shock. While it won't mean much to many, told Chelsea and City were very much backed into a corner on Friday. Bullshit. Bullshit. Backed into a corner. You've got a choice. It's either yes or no. Dortmund and Bayern said no. So Chelsea and City could have gone no. You don't get backed into a corner. Oh, I don't really want to play in this league with loads of money, but if we're going to have to, fuck off. I don't buy that for 1 minute.
It's like, do you want $1 billion?
Yeah. I don't know, actually. Maybe.
No, I don't know.
Shut up. You 100% jumped on it, especially Chelsea. Chelsea were born out of fucking money. Especially City as well. Neither club's ownership needs the additional money, obviously. The threat / prospect / fear of being left behind is thought to have been central to their thinking when adding their names.
Right. Okay, that's definitely central to Arsenal's thinking. Is okay, we can't beat Fulham.
Yeah, so Chelsea, just to get this straight, people, right? Just to get this straight for everyone who's watching. The English club, English football's big six clubs didn't want to be left behind with modern football moving on. So they thought, fuck the rest of you. We're off to play in Europe. Chelsea and Man City really didn't want to join, but they felt backed into a corner, you see, and that's why they've joined. They didn't really want to do it. They didn't want to leave your likes of Barnsley maybe coming up and stuff behind. They were gutted to accept that offer, but no, they've accepted it, you see. So I guess we just forgive them now, don't we, Oscar? It's fine. All's fine and dandy.
It's sound, mate. It's absolutely sound.
I'd be amazed if it was a coincidence that JP Morgan, Ed Woodward's former employer, are closely linked in a financial element. Ed Woodward, everybody. For anyone who doesn't know who Ed Woodward is, the Woodwards run Man United. Or Scum, as we like to call them around here, but I'll do a Joe Wayman and keep it neutral while we've got plenty of other fans in here. So yeah, that's the statement that's been released at the moment. There's no official, governing body statement because I don't think there is apart from Ed Woodward's mates, as we just found out there. So I'm assuming that's where it's, come from. The Woodwards working with a US company is what I've taken from that. Old friends. So that's where it seems to have originated from. We've got statements released, everybody. Statements released. Statement is released. Okay. Official statement. 12 football clubs today jointly announced an agreement competition, the Super League. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham have all joined. That's the statement. 3 more clubs are expected to join as founding clubs before the inaugural season. Can't pronounce that word. The first season, basically, which is expected to start as soon as possible.
It's just not happening. It's just not happening that they're going to be asked to do that.
Wow. Well, it's official, and that's for Fabrizio, whatever it's called.
Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah. Official. So, for all my opinions on it, it seems to be a genuine. I think they've clearly just got sick of UEFA and everyone else's demands, and everyone basically not taking it seriously, and now it is. So, yeah, that's taken me. I'll update the ticker for people who are coming in, but Oscar, if you can maybe jump on my video in the meanwhile and just read a few comments out while I sort this out, because the chat is no doubt going a bit mental.
I just think it's all talk, to be honest. I still think it's all talk. I mean,
I could
say that tomorrow I'm going to date Jennifer Aniston. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, does it? Well,
Somebody clip that up, please. Somebody who's Leeds in chat, please clip that up and get it on my Twitter.
But this is the same kind of thing. It's nonsense thinking, oh yeah, next season, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to sort out this League of 20. We're going to find all these stadiums in America to play in. We're going to find all these stadiums in Brazil, across the world. We're going to sort it all out in 3 months. Absolute waffle. Absolutely waffle in these clubs. And I still feel that way. I just think if they want to go, let them go. I tell you what, okay. If the Premier League turned round to these 6 clubs tomorrow and said, right,
this is going to cause a shitstorm in the morning, everyone, just so you know. Now, it's going to cause a shitstorm right now.
Man City, you're about to win the title. You're about to win the League Cup. You're still in the Champions League.
Fucking strip it from them. Strip it from them right now. Are they in it? Just to make... Yeah, they are in it, aren't they?
That would soon change their whole
Yes, they are in it, yeah.
They'd go, oh, okay. Ooh, okay. It would soon change their attitude if you said that to them. I just think, I just can't see it. I don't know, what do you think, mate? I just still, when they say the 3 clubs... I think
it's a fucking disgrace. I think it's an absolute disgrace. I think if the Premier League and the FA have got any bollocks about them, they will turn around to Man City right now. They will send them an email right now or ring someone there and go, you are not getting your hands on that bastard trophy at the end of the season if you're just going to leave us in the lurch. That is what I would say right now. I'm sure there's a lot more legal side to it than being able to do that, but that is an absolute disgrace, and it's been officially announced. Did not expect the announcement to even come out, but it has done. Took me by a bit of a shock, and it again, you know, it could just be clubs being serious up until the point it happens, and then turning around and going, not really. Do you know what I mean?
It's a power play, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be a power play, but if this goes ahead, it's massive for football. Massive. Probably the biggest thing that will happen in our generation. My generation, at least. And I can't see it going well. I can only see it being very, very bad. We've got over 600 live viewers right now. You're getting your comments in. I'll be interacting with you shortly. We're coming up to 200 likes, so anyone who's not liked the stream, if you could all smash a like right now, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get up above 200, maybe even 300 if you're feeling dedicated. There's 600 of you right now, so if you all took a couple of seconds to give a like, I'll get as many comments read out in a minute. I'm just updating the ticker at the bottom to let everyone know who's coming in, what the crack is, and then we'll get to your comments and opinions and discuss. So yeah, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal. Barca. It's huge as this though, isn't it, mate? We're still talking about it hypothetically because we can't quite believe it, and we hope that it doesn't happen. But if they are serious about it, it's massive. It's ridiculous.
They can be serious about it, but this idea that next season that it's going to come, that they're going to suddenly be able to start this up, it's not. It's going to be a long time till they can get this going. I personally think, because you're going to get players who turn around tomorrow saying,
"Well,
hang on a minute, I'm contracted to play for Paris Saint-Germain. I'm contracted to play for Liverpool. I'm not relocating to America."
Oh, it will cause a lot of shit, but if they are serious about starting from next season, which it is a possibility, they could do it if they really wanted. They're their own boss. They're their own boss. It's their league. Even if they start with 10, you know, and some clubs say, "Well, can we come in later?" If they're serious about doing this and they just want to get out now, they will start it from next season. Logistics and all that will come later. All they'll want to do is just get everyone out and playing. They're their own boss, so it'll all be sorted between them. The only thing that they'll be bothered about is you know, television rights. They could even start their own streaming platform.
Well, that's what I think will happen.
You know what I mean? Nobody else around the world, other than these 15 clubs, have got a say in how this is going to go. If they want to go completely independent, they will literally turn around to the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and whichever other, you know, clubs are coming from whichever other league and say, "Fuck you, we're our own boss now. We're playing for ourselves in our own league with our own streaming platforms, our own social media," and they'll just cut themselves off, and that is that, and all the money will go there. That's what will happen. They could do that easily overnight. They've got the resources to do it. It's just whether players are going to be willing to do it. Fans will protest. Managers, staff. It's not, yeah, mate. It's not moving the clubs away is simple. moving the staff, the managers, the players, the fans. You can't do that overnight. You can't do that in 2 years. No amount of money, and you can't buy people, especially fans.
No, definitely not.
The ones who go to games, especially Atletico Madrid, Inter, Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus.
I just think it's almost, if it does happen, if the worst supposedly does come to the worst, I'm not really that bothered. I'm just glad Leeds aren't part of it. That's all I can kind of say. As I think,
if there's any fans of clubs who are breaking away in the chat right now, get your comments in, because I want to know your opinions of your club breaking away from your own domestic leagues.
I want to know.
Yeah. What's your opinion? What would you do?
Are you protesting it? Are you boycotting games? Because if I'm a fan of a top 6 team, I'm either just washing my hands of the club, or I'm protesting. It's as simple as that. Because if you're turning into the Arsenal Gunners, or the Manchester City Citizens or something like that, it's just absolute nonsense, isn't it?
All right, 120 unread comments. This should be fun. Okay. Right. Bear with me. I'm going to go back up these missed comments, and I'm going to review all of them. So for a couple of minutes, if you're still writing comments, they probably won't get read out. So hold off commenting for just a couple of minutes while I catch up. Where we are here. Somebody put, I applaud this announcement. I do, but probably not for the same reason as you. I applaud the fact that they've had the balls to come out and actually announce it instead of shying away. So it's not Brexit after all. Although, Brexit got announced and then didn't happen for like 5 years. So maybe. It's stupid. Players should strike from tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me if players have gone on strike for less. DAZN, I'm assuming you mean
contracts rules either.
No.
They've not agreed to play in this league.
What's the reward for winning the English Premier League now? Nothing will change, mate. Nothing will change in terms of the Premier League. The FA has been very clear on that if clubs were to break away, they would just be banned from playing in the Premier League or coming back, so to speak. If this European Super League breaks down and doesn't work, they can't just crawl back. Do you know what I mean? They'll be thrown to the bottom of the pyramid, more or less. In terms of, the Premier League, you still win the same money, more probably because there'll be less money in the league, and the trophy, obviously. So no will change in that regard. The only thing that will be shaken up will be, we don't know how soon this is going to happen, but the only thing that will be shaken up is they'll bring 6 new clubs up from non-league and then push everybody up, I would assume. So say the top 6 clubs in the Championship would just be promoted to Premier League, and that's probably how they'd make it work. I doubt they would decrease the size of the Premier League. This is progress, so we can see Matt's view of everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but you'll see in the long run that it's not progress. It's progress for 15 clubs and nobody else. Sky announcing it's happening. Yeah, we've gone a bit back here.
Are these clubs that think it's good, by the way, forgetting where they get some of their best players from? Kevin De Bruyne signed from Wolfsburg. Salah signed from Roma.
That's a thing as well.
What are they going to do?
Non-European
up-and-coming players.
Non-European Super League clubs may just say we are trading with European Super League clubs. Where they're going to get the talent from then? Because give it 10 years, and everyone will be in a retirement home. Do you know what I mean? So
there's no one coming through. There's no.
This is really, really bad. There's going to be a lot of people in the comments now who are only thinking of Man City against Real Madrid. Oh, do you know what? It's going to be really entertaining. Get my mates round, a few bevs watching on TV. Yeah, that'll be fun for about a month until you realise your club's rotting away in the same domestic league, lacking money, transfer bans each way because certain clubs are going to refuse to trade with European Super League clubs and vice versa. It's going to shake up football in a bad way, not a good way. This isn't 1992. This is 2021. Everyone's in it for the money, not the progress of the sport. You need to understand that these people who are in charge of these clubs don't give a fuck about you. Don't give a fuck about football. Football's a results business. They care if they get a win on the pitch. That's it. Past that, they don't care. It's just the income that they're bothered about, and going to the European Super League is the best possible business decision they could have made. But footballing wise, no. And you'll see that. If this happens, you will see the bad long-term effects it will have on the rest of the sport. This is a bad thing for us, for the likes of us who support Leeds, Everton, West Ham, Villa, clubs like them. If you're a Man City fan or a Man United fan or Spurs, yeah, you're getting a load of money. Well done. You're being your own. You're guaranteed European football. Well done. No one's going to respect you for it. Everyone's going to turn on you. You're not going to be able to trade with non-European Super League clubs. You're going to be frowned upon. Even if this doesn't go ahead, you're going to be frowned upon now. So well done. Enjoy it. But ain't for me. Ain't for the majority of people. Sorry, Oscar, go on.
Definitely not. But there is some interesting announcement here from John Cross on Twitter.
Oh,
so do you want to just read through it, mate?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so there's a series of tweets here. So statement has landed. Again, the clubs we've already mentioned have all joined as founding clubs. Okay. Competition format. 20 clubs with 15 founding clubs. I think we've already mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
With a further 5 teams to qualify annually based on achievements in the prior season. The next plan is midweek fixtures with all participating clubs continuing to compete.
Say that again, sorry, repeat that.
Midweek fixtures with all participating clubs continuing to compete in their national leagues.
Won't happen.
Preserving the traditional domestic match calendar, which remains at the heart of the club game. So this is off.
See, just to interrupt there for everyone who's just heard that, that's their format. That's what they want to happen. Yeah. They would want a £3 billion Manchester City team to still compete in the Premier League. The Premier League have said that is not going to happen. No chance on earth are we letting a £3 billion team, which it will reach that point, because football, you've got £1 billion Man City right now. It's not going to take that long to triple that in the world's richest league. A £3 billion Man City against Barnsley. Say Barnsley come up. Where's the competition on that pitch? There isn't. You're talking 11-0. It's ridiculous to think about. You go play in European Super League, see how long it lasts, fair enough, but don't then expect you can go and still play in Premier League against teams you're gonna beat, and you know you're gonna beat. There'll be no competition in the league. No competition. The Big Six right now would literally be the Big Six because they would be the richest and best teams because of the European Super League. So if they want that format, fair enough. But, I want an 11-inch penis, to quote Eddie Earn. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ludicrous.
Clip that up, by the way. If you clip it up,
I did say to quote Eddie Earn, so I kind of interrupted it. It wouldn't have been as rich if I'd have just come out with the... some part-time editor somewhere put mine and Oscar's best bits together. Has it been confirmed? Yes, it's been confirmed. The ticker across the bottom, you'll be able to see the official announcement that 12 clubs have joined a European Super League to begin indefinitely, according to them. From next season onwards anyway, which I can't see happening, but we'll see. And you can see all the clubs that have joined. I took great pleasure in putting those scummers right at the start of it because Ed Woodward is heavily involved. No shock there. But Man United fans don't even like him. So they wanted him out. So I doubt they're, over the moon about this anyway. These guys talking as if it's an apocalypse. It is a football apocalypse.
It's worse.
It is a
much
football.
Worse than that.
If the world ended right now, the world would end in football peace. We've all got domestic leagues. Everything's fine and dandy. If a meteor come down now, it's all good.
Forget
but no,
about the world ending, mate. There's much worse.
It's football. This is worse
mate.
things, right? God, no, but yeah, we are. You can see by his faces, we're like, oh my God, but it's a massive thing for football. Football's our lives, so just a big shake-up like this is come as a shock to me because I originally thought it maybe blackmail and leverage and just a power grab, which it still could be. They could be taking it right to the wire just to get people's attention. But the fact that they've actually made the announcement is a big step, the official announcement, because the first time round do you remember this come around earlier on in the season, there was no actual official statement from any board or any club. It was all just talk, whereas now it's there. 12 clubs are signed up official. They want out of the domestic leagues. They want out of the European and current European and world competitions. It's massive Because even if it doesn't go ahead, the trust now between those 6 English clubs and the FA is broken, and it will be broken indefinitely. There's no repairing that now.
Blimey. Arsenal have put out a statement.
Oh, wow.
Okay, do you want me to read this out?
Yeah,
So
go on.
they basically put the tweet out. We are one of the 12 founding clubs of the European Super League. Do you want to just read out some of the comments from Arsenal fans before I go into the statement?
Yeah, go
on. Absolute shambles of a club. Have some backbone, for fuck's sake. You should be ashamed. You were actually proud of this. Rest in peace, football. Arsenal would never let this disgrace of a decision go through. Absolutely embarrassing. You make me sick. No, embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. Kroenke out. No to Super League. Just about 12th in England. Never mind in the top 12 in Europe. So let me just read out the actual statement Arsenal put out 1 second. So this is the actual statement from Arsenal.
Somebody put, as a Barca fan, this is horrifying. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Glad to see a Barca fan in the chat. Oscar will be over the moon about that.
I know. But we joined 11 European clubs. I'm not going to read the whole statement because it goes on forever. But basically, let me just have a little look through. Is there anything particularly... Okay, the pandemic is showing that a strategic vision and a sustainable commercial approach are required to enhance value and support for the benefit of the entire European football pyramid. In recent months, extensive dialogue has taken place with football stakeholders regarding the future format of European competitions. The founding clubs believe the solutions proposed following these talks do not solve fundamental issues, including the need to provide higher quality matches and additional financial resources for the overall football pyramid. Anything else on here?
Wow.
Yeah, basically just got quotes from all the owners involved. There's delusion. There is delusion, and then there's delusion, isn't there, really?
Somebody put Bayern and PSG will join. Bayern have refused, but it is a possibility that their arms will be twisted. Money talks at the end of the day.
That paycheck is doubles.
I mean, realistically, who else? You know, they're wanting a 20-club league. They've got 12 at the moment, so they want 8 more clubs.
Ajax.
Yeah, realistically, who else are they gonna want in there? And I mean, push to be in there. Essentially, as we were on about, before, back into a corner, offer as much money as it takes to get the likes of PSG in there. PSG are the richest club in the world, so they don't even need any more money anyway. Bayern and Dortmund have refused, but possible that their arms could be twisted again at the paycheck talks. But then who else are you going to want in there? You wouldn't get Scottish clubs in there, surely.
Oh,
Celtic?
Imagine that.
Celtic?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
it wouldn't shock me, mate. It really wouldn't shock me.
Well, I'm trying to figure a Rangers player. Kemal Roof.
So let's say you've got 8 more clubs, right? You've got 8 more clubs to put in there. PSG, Bayern, Dortmund. That's 3. You've got 5 more. Ajax. You've got 4 more. You've got England's biggest clubs done. You've got Spain's biggest clubs done. Napoli.
Roma. They might look at the cities and think, they might go for Roma.
Leeds, I'm well up for this European Super League. Come on. No, I hate it. I hate the idea. No. If Leeds were Arsenal and just put out that statement, I would be so embarrassed right now. So embarrassed, and I would be fuming. Arsenal are a laughing stock of a club anyway. I'm sorry for any Arsenal fans in the chat, but you'll probably agree with me. Arsenal have been a laughing stock for years and years and years. And then you've got the cheek to turn around and go, we've signed up to a European Super League when you can't even get into you can barely get into the Europa League. Fuck off. You've never won the Champions League. And now you want to be in Europe's most elite league. So if you got invited, you turn it down. You've got no God-given right to be there. The likes of Liverpool and Man United, I can understand that. They are rich, massive clubs. They're the 2 biggest clubs in England. I get that. But Arsenal, Spurs, it's offensive, if anything. And those clubs will be looked down upon more so than Liverpool and Man United. I get it for them, because as sad as it is, Liverpool and scum of Man United, have now become businesses. First and foremost, not football clubs, businesses. They're there to run a business, to rake the money in, to thrive. And this, business-wise, is the best decision for them. Man City as well, Chelsea, but Arsenal and Spurs, embarrassing. It's embarrassing for a lot of them, but I get it with some clubs more so than others. Liverpool don't care about their fans. None of the clubs do, it would seem. 3.5 billion has been given to the 15 clubs. I've not seen that, but if that's true, ludicrous. It must be a joke. It's not. What body has announced this? Very good question. Nothing's known of the body. We don't know who's in charge. It's Ed Woodward and his pals, apparently, US American pals, who have brought this about. That's where they've tracked it back to. Again, don't know much truth in that, but that was in under Fabrizio's statement. Football is finished. Anyone slightly concerned that if the 49ers ever buy us finally out that we join? I think we're a fair bit away from even being considered for a European Super League, mate. But I would imagine it's been and gone by the time that we'll be at that level, because there's no way it's going to go down successfully. Bayern won't join. They've declined. Yes, they have, a fair play to them for that. Where is the announcement on? Everywhere. Sky News, BBC News, ITV Sport, Fabrizio on Twitter, every news outlet. Arsenal have released their own statement and been absolutely slated for it, as Oscar's just read out. Football's dead. Been a long time coming, mate. It's been a long time coming, unfortunately. Can someone inform me what's happening? Just read the ticker at the bottom. It should pretty much tell you all you need to know. Somebody put, I've clipped it and put it on Twitter. Brilliant. Thanks for that. I don't know which one you're on about, but I'll look forward to seeing that later. Gary Neville wanting them relegated. Yeah. If you're the FA right now, you know that the 6 clubs that you manage, that you own, saying bye, punish them. You've got the right to do it. They're under contract. Deduct points.
Yeah,
relegate them.
I'd be doing
tarnish
everything.
their entire image. Strip them of the titles. Tell Man City they're not getting the trophy. Strip Liverpool of last season's trophy. It's a fucking farce. It's an absolute farce. I don't get how they've even got away with it. How have they gone behind certain people's backs and organised this? Clearly, it's been a long process, because it was leaked in January, wasn't it, or before January?
It's just been ongoing, hasn't it? Really, it has been ongoing, but yeah, it's just absolutely crazy, mate. It's just, when you think about how you can get anything like this and think you've got the audacity to think you can keep it quiet.
If Leeds had been invited into the Super League, they would have joined in a heartbeat. No, we wouldn't have. And because Andrea Radrizzani, our owner, who actually has a voice and speaks to the fans, unlike the top 6 owners, come out and said, it's a disgrace, basically. It goes past the integrity of the game.
Bielsa,
you need your domestic leagues. But Bielsa would be gone.
He'd be gone out that door quicker than he can say European Super League.
Would I want? Would I want to see us compete against the world's best teams and rake a load of money in? Yeah, but not like that. No. In the Champions League, in an actual respected competition that's been around and tweaked since, well, I don't know when it were even, probably the 50s, 60s. I don't know if before that. Back then, we were in a 1975 European Cup final, as it was known back then, European Cup. That's where you play your European teams, and you earn your way, you earn your right to be there. You climb up the Premier League, you get into the top 4 in the Premier League, and then you gain Champions League qualification. Then you get through the group stages, and then you're in the knockout stages. And if you win it, fair fucking. That's how it works. Not let's bring these 15 clubs into a permanent European league where you are God-given right, granted European football every season without the risk of relegation, because they can't go down, they can't leave it. Oscar mentioned there that the 5 extra clubs would the shift. I don't get how that works, because if there's no relegation, Is it just?
They didn't say about the promotion. I mean, it is a bizarre one, really. It's they said nothing about the promotion. Just said that the fact that there will be
I
five
would
clubs that
assume
don't
how that would
down.
work then. Is if 5 new teams can come in and out of it every season, that would mean that the 15 clubs who are in it can't be relegated out of it, but the 5 clubs who go into it would change every season. So it's essentially a 15 club league with 5 different clubs mixed into it every season, and then they've got the right to win the trophy. And if they don't, better luck next time. Essentially, I would guess that's what it is. Yeah,
But it's still absolute
bollocks.
nonsense how you can run the league like that. But
Start
it is
fucking
absolutely
protests
crazy.
right
Yeah, I think
now.
so. I think that's the only
Fans
way.
will, and if fans were in the ground right now, they would not have had the balls to announce this. I'm telling you that now.
The timing couldn't be any better for them in that kind of
Thieving
respect. But,
bastards, fucking Arsenal. Yeah.
but I'm gonna. I might have to call it a night, though, mate. Anyway, I
Yeah.
might have to call this a night. But mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm just going to leave you one last thought before I go.
Go on.
Football is for the fans. Fans will be there every single day, every single year, thinking about their club. Owners will come and go, players will come and go, managers will come and go, sponsors will come and go, stadiums might even come and go, but the fans won't. And eventually, it'll get to a point where an AC Milan, an Arsenal, they might have to come back cap in hand. Bye bye. You're done. You're done. And that will happen. I mean, look, rugby. I don't know if you follow rugby union, rugby league, mate, but how many rugby league teams do you see go out of business? That's supposed to be a super league. That's supposed to have all the wealth and that lot. It can't work that way.
Mate, you've hammered nail head there from Oscar. Somebody
I've
put
been clipped up on Twitter anyway.
yeah.
So,
thanks for the donation. Somebody put, is the Super League domestic? I've just heard this. Essentially, it's a new domestic league. Imagine the Champions League in league form, but with the best European sides and the richest sides. Just imagine a league full of self-entitled, greedy bastards, and I don't even have to name them, apart from the 12 clubs that were at the bottom, with an 8 extra to come. They're not intending for it to replace domestic leagues like Premier League and stuff, but the Premier League, I know, have turned around and said, well, if you're off to that league, you aren't playing in this one. So that idea of they're going to be able to play in both isn't going to happen because the Premier League aren't going to allow it. But yeah, I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer and read a few more of your comments out and stuff, and then I'll head off. So if anyone else wants to get donations in or become a member, or just get your comments in, we'll have a little bit of interaction. But that's the best way I'm going to be able to see your comments, because it is literally ridiculous at the moment. We've got 700 plus viewers. Thanks for all your support. You could all drop a like if you've not already as well. I think we're already over 300, but we're going to let Oscar go. Thanks very much for coming on, Oscar. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And yeah, we'll see what happens from here on in. The shitstorm has begun.
It might have to be all Leeds fan channels combining, like a bit like
yeah,
on this now.
Yeah.
To fight the enemy, mate. But
yeah,
I will see you later, guys. Absolute pleasure as always. We'll see you later, guys.
See you later, Oscar, mate. See you later, mate. Bye bye. Well then, everyone. This is new for me. It's my first live stream. I'm going to try and get through as many comments as I can now. I can just focus on the comments. Obviously, I had Oscar in before, so I'm trying to just kind of not ignore him as much because I'm trying to see all the comments. But get your comments in now. I'll see all your donations and everyone who's signing up as a member. Get them all in. Let's see what you think of what's going on. Somebody put, the game better not be cancelled tomorrow. Nah, this isn't gonna be in effect until the start of next season. They've said that it's gonna, it's going to begin indefinitely as soon as possible. They want it to start as soon as possible, but they said the same about Brexit. So I'm gonna go support Wolves. I mean, there's worse sides you could go support, to be honest. Love the stream and love the videos. Thank you very much, Jimmy. You're doing a good job, kiddo. Thanks very much. I'm trying to keep it together. We've got a lot of people in the stream right now. I appreciate all the support and all the interaction for my first live stream. What happens now then? An absolute shitstorm is what's going to happen now. Now it's official. For anyone who's just come in, 12 clubs have officially signed up to a European Super League. You can see them at the bottom with a further 8 to be announced. They want a 20-club league and 15 founding clubs as well. So there'll be 3 more founding clubs to be announced. Football is dead along with football. FIFA statement. Has there been another statement? Oh, God, I've put my flash on. Has there been another statement, or have I... Did Bayern say yes? No. Bayern and Dortmund refused, point blank. They did what Man City and Chelsea failed to do. Chelsea were backed into a corner, apparently, because of their money. Bayern said yes. Bayern said yes, please see. No, they did not. Yeah, I've just seen somebody on Twitter say they're lucky that fans are in, and it's spot on. If fans were in the stadiums right now, I wouldn't be surprised if there's protests outside stadiums, on the streets even. Charlie, thanks for the donation, mate. Hope we smash Liverpool tomorrow. Pure greed. Yes, we are playing the enemy tomorrow. One of the greedy, self-entitled bastards who are Liverpool. And I feel sorry for their fans. I feel sorry for their players. But those who are up above managing the club should be absolutely ashamed. They don't care about football. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the integrity. They just want money. And I hope we turn them over tomorrow, like we turn City over. And then Leeds will have beaten, newly promoted Leeds United, will have beaten 2 of the big European Super League clubs in 10 days. So how would that be for image and respect? Check what I tagged you on Twitter, Lewis, mate. I will do after the stream's ended, mate. I'll go through. My Twitter's gone bonkers at the moment, but there's too much to look through. I'm just trying to focus on the comments and interacting with people, because I know a lot of people have waited it out to try and get me to interact with them and stuff. While I was talking to Oscar, can players cancel their contracts? Now, this is an interesting one, because players will almost certainly protest, or some of them will. Some won't want to move away from family and stuff like that for a start. Some won't want to give up the right to play at international level, which, it's ridiculous. Some will feel too much pride to not being able to play in the FA Cup and domestic competitions, the Premier League. Some will just prefer the Champions League and stuff like that. And I can see a lot of players leaving these new elite clubs to go and play for the likes of West Ham and Everton and Leicester and Leeds, because they will be the new Premier League elite now if this goes ahead, and they would rather stay there. It would suit their lifestyle more. Obviously, they get more money in this European Super League, but they're restricted in life. And if you were a player, would you want that? Because I wouldn't. Some will go. It'll suit some players just fine to do that. Few Galatasaray fans in the comments. Fuck off, to put it lightly. On the stoop. Hey up, mate. How you doing? I saw you on LUTV. Brilliant rap. Well done. Welcome to the chat, mate. Glad to see you in here. It's a very rap poem, I should say. Very good poem, mate. Very good. AS Roma. We've got a lot of fans in here from abroad and stuff. Somebody put Aston Villa, Leicester, Everton, Leeds, Wolves, and Newcastle are the new big 6. Yeah, I would argue maybe West Ham instead of Wolves. It's either Wolves or West Ham. No worries, mate. Keep up the good work. Rap. All right, I meant poem. I'm sorry. I meant poem. Rap. Napoli won't join the elite. Money talks, mate. Money talks. They're looking for 8 other clubs to come in. It's confirmed. I think, yes, it is confirmed. Unfortunately, it is confirmed, for those asking. For those who've been on the stream for like however long I've been streaming, saying I've been repeating myself, saying it's confirmed and explaining what's happening. New people are obviously coming in, so they just want to know what's happening. Yes, it's confirmed. Yes, the 12 clubs you see on the screen have joined a European Super League. Leeds for Champions League. Well, it won't be as hard as it was before now if this happens. Devastated. Yep, a lot of people will be. What is this bullshit? It is what it is. It is what it is. It's bullshit. I normally hate Leeds, but after this, I hope you win the league. Top 6 should be relegated, and I hope you smash Liverpool tomorrow. Thank you, and well done on your 5th promotion in a decade or something like that. Trying to stay in the league this time, little Norwich. Trying to stay in the league. I'm only joking, mate. But if you're planning for relegation again when you've just come up, it don't look good. It don't look good. Leeds are going to win the league. Gitano. Bro, no way. Yeah, absolute disgrace. Relegate the bastards. They want it to start in August. Norwich for Champions League. Do you know what? It's a possibility if this happens, and it's a possibility. It'd be like the Championship Premier League. Cheers, but promotion means no anymore. Yeah. I would. To us, promotion meant everything. Obviously, 16 years away from the Prem, but to you, I guess it's just like, all right, we're back in Prem now again. You just walked the Championship as if it was no. Rest in peace, Arsenal Fan TV. Juve have pulled out. Not according to the official announcement, they haven't. Is there no way back anymore? There's a possibility it could just be a power grab, blackmail. They're taking it to the wire to get UEFA and stuff to listen, to give in to the demands. Or there's a possibility that this is actually going to happen. I've said about 100 times while reading these comments. All Leeds TV are live. I mean, I'm not All Leeds TV. Well, they are live as well. Joe and Tash and Jack. All Leeds TV are live with Joe, Tash and Jack. They will be just as annoyed as me about this. Blades fan, do we stay up now? I don't think so, mate. I'm sorry. But you never know. Never know. Is this shit for real? And yes, unfortunately. Will there still be a Champions League? Yes, there will still be a Champions League, just not with the elite clubs that are currently in it. So you could argue that it will be less enticing and appetizing. But what about these players? Will they force players away? Won't contracts end as they are under the Premier League anymore or the FA? I don't know the whole logistics side of things. Yeah. Millwall in the Premier League. Hey, we're a possibility not long ago. Fans are so angry on Twitter. Yes, I've seen, and it was bound to happen. Smash the stadiums up. All right, Hulk, calm down, calm down. UEFA was corrupt anyway. Right, okay, so this is a big one. And I want you to get your comments in on this argument as well, because this is the counter argument where people are saying UEFA and FIFA and the FA, they're not whiter than white. They're not innocent. They won't give clubs a straight answer as to what the future holds and, financially and stuff like that. And that's why the big clubs want out. They want to be managed by themselves. Do you agree with that argument? Because that's the counter argument to this. And I've seen people make a good point of it. I don't agree with it personally. I think it's a disgrace what's happening. I think they're going about it the completely wrong way. But what do you think of that argument? Get your comments in about that. Prem will be wide open. Yeah. Cheers for becoming a member as well, mate. Much appreciate that. I know you've been a member for a while now. I'll try and get as many comments up as I can. Hello, Forest Green away. Hey, good away days, that. That's all I've heard. Always better at the little grounds. Always better at the little grounds. Check all new Fabrizio tweets as he puts some more out. I will check that now. Spurs have now released a statement. Half an hour ago, sorry, just seen that. Right. This just in from PSG. PSG will refuse to sell their players to any Super League team. Mbappe and Neymar will renew with immediate effect. So that's PSG making their thoughts clear on this European Super League. Hope you smash Liverpool tomorrow from a Bradford fan. Thank you. 39-point deduction rumours. Oh, shit. I wouldn't be surprised if the FA have to take drastic action now because this completely undermines their ownership and you know, the integrity. I've said integrity about 100 times on the stream. I sound like Gary Monk. The integrity of the group. Keep the group together. Don't let any of them leave. But yeah, it is ridiculous, guys. It is ridiculous. And there will be an absolute shitstorm now. It's already begun. They've made it official. And integrity are my two favourite words, if you can't tell. Will teams get points deducted? Who knows? Possibility. This is causing a right shitstorm. It is indeed. Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look at Twitter, guys. Sorry for being silent a minute. See what's cracking. Spurs have referred to themselves as one of the leading European clubs. My ass, one of the leading European clubs. Fucking hell. You've not won anything in Europe. You've not won anything in Europe. And domestically, you've not won the league in 60 years. Whoa, you've got a big, shiny stadium. Well done. Well done. When is it going to start? I'm so confused. They want it to start as soon as possible. Yeah. Have Spurs ever won a trophy? Leading European clubs, my ass. Exactly. Spot on. Spot on. Deck, I don't know if you're watching, but I don't know if any of you know Deck from my fan reactions, but he's just messaged me. But football is done out. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. At least at the elite level for a while it will be, yeah. Keep getting your comments in, guys. You know, tell me where you're from. What club do you support? What club are you representing in here? Because I want to get the opinions of the elite clubs who are in this European Super League. I want to know what you think. If you're a PSG fan, if you're a Bayern fan, a Dortmund fan, what do you think about refusing? If you're a Man City fan, a Man United fan, a Spurs fan, what do you think about accepting it and leaving us all behind, so to speak? What do you think? Get your comments in. Get your comments in. We need to protest. Can you explain what it is? For the sake of the people who've been here a while, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Just read the statement at the bottom of the screen, and then if you want to do some more research on it, just go on Twitter, because there's an absolute shitstorm happening over there right now. Anyway, Leeds fan in Buckinghamshire, hello. Burn the Rich. Just messaged you. Okay. I'll look at my phone and check my messages and stuff later on. They've got a website already, really? See, this was going to happen. They've gone completely independent. Completely independent. Made by the poor, stolen by the rich. Yep. What happens? Do United get relegated? In an ideal world, yeah, I'd love to see you lot go down to Championship, but as a Leeds fan. But no, I don't think it'll be as straightforward as that. I think there will be... I think there will be punishment, but we don't know how severe, we don't know how soon, we don't know how serious these clubs are about it. They seem pretty serious, but it could still just be a power grab. Time will tell. At the moment, it's definitely happening. It's official. It's going ahead. Nobody has a say in it. They're going completely independent. 12 clubs with a further 8. Allow Ollie's that way in Blackpool. Hello in Blackpool. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Yes, if you've not liked the stream, we've got over 450 viewers at the moment. Obviously, it's getting a bit late now. It's midnight now. I will be wrapping up shortly, guys. It's midnight now. We've had a very good hour and a half stream here. Midnight now. We're all up to speed. We all know what's happening. I'll just explain again for anyone who's coming in, because the viewers have just shot up for some reason. 12 clubs have officially agreed to join a European Super League. They do not wish to break away from their own domestic leagues, but the Premier League, for example, have basically said, well, if you're going to European Super League, you ain't playing in the Premier League. So at least for Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal and Liverpool, if they join this league, which they have agreed and signing up to it, they will not be playing in the Premier League anymore as it stands. And then the other clubs who have joined are Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan and Juventus, with a further 8 clubs to be announced. And its official statement was released earlier on. It was leaked this morning anyway. They've got their own website. They will likely create their own streaming platform and everything. They will go completely independent, rake all the money in, billions of pounds of it, and football will change forever. You will have a new Premier League elite. You will have a new La Liga elite, Serie A elite. I can tell you that Dortmund and Bayern Munich have point blank refused to take part, but that could change. The more money they are offered, who knows? And PSG are completely against it as well, releasing a statement saying that they will do no trading with clubs who are part of the European Super League. So there will be no transfers between clubs, and Mbappe and Neymar are due to sign on for PSG for more years soon. Greedy bastards. Huge crowd. Pep will surely leave City. Well, Pep's someone who's always gone for the elite clubs, especially these days. So I can't see him being anywhere but the European Super League, to be honest. Could you see Pep leaving Man City to go manage someone like West Ham? Nah, he'll be there. Mourinho chomp at the bit to be in that league with Spurs. Thank you very much for the donation. Stop overreacting. I'd rather watch Man U versus Real Madrid than Man U versus West Ham. Good for football, makes it more competitive. Yes, it does. If you watch football on your armchair from home every week, fine. Football's not a soap opera. Football means a lot more to people than that. If you're a Liverpool fan, who you have a match day experience of going to the pub, meeting your mates, going into the ground, belting your heart out for 90 minutes, you might travel up and down the country. That's an integral part of being a football fan. Not flying over to Madrid and flying over to Barcelona and flying over to Italy every week. Not financially plausible for fans. There will be an independent streaming platform, which means people will have to pay more money to watch their own teams, more than Sky Sports and more than BT Sport. There's a lot more to it than, oh yes, we can watch Man City against Real Madrid. It's deeper than that. So much deeper than that. Fuck off, spot on, mate. Yeah, I'm glad the majority agree with me, because this, you can tell that this deeply, deeply annoys me for modern football. It's an absolute catastrophe. Yeah. Thanks for the donation. So no scum games next season. Well, they're wanting it to start as soon as possible. Whether that'll be next season, whether that'll be 5 seasons time, I don't know. Fuck the Super League. Football is dead. Good to be a Leeds fan. Yep. I could cry. What football club do you support, pal? What football club do you support? Let me know what clubs you support, guys. I want to see it from your point of view. I've got a lot of Leeds fans in here, obviously, because that's my audience, but I want to see if there's any Man City fans, Liverpool fans, anyone in here that can give me their honest opinion. I want to get it up. I want to discuss it. How do you feel about what's happening to your club? Because this is massive for fans. Juventus fan. Today, the true football got killed by greed for money. Juve fan. Spot on. Dortmund. What do you think, Dortmund fan? Unless you're just saying Dortmund are going to join. Man United is done. They've been done since 2013. Arsenal fan here. Don't know how to feel about this crap. Well, I guess you'll be in two minds because you know you're going to rake a lot of money in. And it's kind of your club's been in the wilderness for quite a while now. And this could be not the saving grace as such, but you know deep down you don't really deserve to be in this league. But you're going to be. You're going to be injected with a lot of money. You're going to be able to sign a lot more talent. It's a lot more independent. You've got a lot less silverware that you could win because you can be banned from all of the competitions. Personally, I'd hate it, but if you're in two minds, fair enough. Spurs fan. Everton, up the fucking toffees. Yes. Better than the... Liverpool are just a B-Tech Everton, aren't they? That's what they are. Fuck Liverpool. Half my family support Liverpool. I've not asked them how they feel about it, but my uncle doesn't think it will happen. Actually, sorry for promoting in your chat, but we'll be live in an hour to continue the conversation late night. No worries, mate. No worries. Get a poem together, then people will come over. RIP football. Dortmund belongs to the Champions League. Yeah, I rate that they've said no. Spurs are going to get destroyed in the Super League. Yeah, they might be able to beat Arsenal, and that's it. Premier League's in the mud. The Premier League is not beyond saving. FA will inject a lot of money into the new elite, as it will be, which will be Leicester, Everton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Leicester. I've said Leicester already. It'll be Leicester, Leeds, Aston Villa, Newcastle, West Ham. I'm forgetting someone who should 100% be there. My mind's, you can tell I'm getting a bit tired now, guys. I'll be coming off soon. I'm just trying to get as many of your comments in because I know you all feel as strongly about it. And I don't really want to miss anyone's opinion, but I'm going to have to wrap it up eventually. Wolves. Yeah. See what Twitter's saying, guys. Seeing if any other clubs have. The Dirty Dozen, as they're now being referred to as. Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus. The Dirty Dozen. Dirty, self-entitled, money-grabbing bastards with no care for the fans or the players or the staff or anyone but the billionaires. Who else do you think will join? Very good question. Tell me 5 years ago that today we would have been a Big Six team and then I would have told them they were crazy. Who else do you think will join? Dortmund and Bayern and PSG are the obvious three, but they've all said no. So whether they will change their opinion, who knows? Rangers? I mean, Rangers and Celtic are Scotland's elite clubs. Can I see Scotland and Rangers in a European Super League? No. Celtic maybe, but I'm not a fan of Celtic personally. I'm Rangers. Ajax maybe. Napoli maybe. There aren't that many other clubs, and the biggest three that you'd want now, because they wanted 15 clubs, they wanted 15 founder clubs, and 3 of those have said no. PSG, Dortmund, and Bayern, they've all said no, point blank. So they've ended up with 12. The Dirty Dozen, as they're being referred to as. Fixtures like Real Madrid versus Man City are exceptional because of their rarity. Keep it this way. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. That's why the Champions League is brilliant, because those fixtures only come around once every 4 or 5 years. It's the luck of the draw. You can't just put them in a league and make them play every month. It will get boring so quickly. It will kill football. Spirit of football's dead. That's a problem. Rumours of Klopp resigning if Liverpool intend to join. Yes, I've seen that. Porto, yeah, good shout. Benfica, Lazio, Roma, Ajax, Napoli, Celtic, Rangers, all good shouts. Carry on the league, kick the dirty six. What you mean, kick them now? Because I really won't be surprised if they face some sort of punishment. Fans will find it boring after 4 years. Fans will find it boring after 4 months. 4 weeks, mate. People watch the Champions League to see these rare fixtures come around every so often. Oh, I'm so just... Yeah. It's not great. It's not great for modern football. Bamford up front for the Euros. Jew crying. Yeah, mate, I'm on the verge of tears. I'm on the verge. Nah, I mean, if it happens, fuck the lot of them. But, you know, football will still be football. I'll still be watching Leeds. I'll still be loving life, watching Bielsa ball. I know that a lot of other people feel differently about it, supporting different clubs and stuff. I know that some may even be against their own club going into it. If you're a Liverpool fan, a Man City fan, a Chelsea fan, whatever. Leipzig, well, German clubs I doubt will take part purely because the two biggest German clubs have said no. So clearly there must have been some sort of discussion league-wide, sorry. Both UEFA and FIFA are against the league, yeah. Stupidest idea I've ever heard, yeah, but it's not an idea, it's happening. Leeds title race. The smaller teams like Bolton and Blackpool are done for. Yeah, lower league football is a different kettle of fish financially, because if these big six clubs do end up leaving or do end up having to be kicked out of the Premier League, then the FA is going to have to inject a lot of money into the Premier League, which means grassroots football and stuff like that is going to suffer financially and upwards. So it'll be a shame for them. No relegation from the Super League. Nope. No relegation from the Super League. French teams, PSG have said no. That's the only one who's been asked. The war's just starting. I'm fuming. Napoli and Porto. Man United fans are against it. I'm not surprised because Ed Woodward's behind it to a certain extent. And they hate Ed Woodward, so I'm really not surprised about that. On a real though, who do you think would win? I'm saying City. What, the league? Currently, out of these 12 clubs, who would win a league? City would be up there. You've got to think of over a whole season. It would be entertaining to watch. There's no denying that. As a neutral, football-wise, it'd be entertaining to watch. But that's why the Champions League exists. That's why European football competitions exist. Yeah, I guess Man City. Barca would probably be up there. Madrid. Real Madrid, that is. Arsenal would finish bottom. No offence to any Arsenal fans in here, but, you know, you can barely make the Europa League and the Premier League. You can barely beat teams like Fulham and Burnley. So how are you going to cope against Real Madrid and Barcelona and stuff week in, week out? You aren't. Gutted, man. It's a joke. I've heard Crawley Town are joining. Yeah. Disappointed by City. Oh, it were always going to happen. They were always going to say yeah. Still 400 viewers in the chat right now, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be coming off shortly, though. I don't know I've been saying this, but you keep commenting, I keep reading out. What's your Twitter? I want to DM you the table if the 40-point deduction is true. All my social medias are in the description, or they should be. So check the description. You'll find my Twitter in there, Instagram, whatever else you want. You also find the link to become a member and join the channel if you want to participate in videos like this and you want your comments to be seen, or even if you want to come on the live streams, become a member, join the channel. The link should be pinned at the top of the comments and in the description as well. Or just make a one-off donation if you want your comment to be very obvious, because I'm missing a lot at the moment. It's going like wildfire. I'm only picking what's literally in my eye line. Off topic, but I love the latest video of the Believe It one. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks for anyone else in here who's shown support to that. I love doing the edits and the promos, and it seemed only right after beating Man City, beating billion-pound traitors Man City with 10 men in their own backyard. Support your local needs to take over. It already has, mate. Football Twitter is fuming, to say the least. They want to create a UFC out of football. Not a bad comparison, actually, to an extent. Yeah, but football's obviously a lot more relevant, I guess you could say, than the UFC or any other sport. It's the biggest sport in the world. How are Arsenal going to survive? Because there's no relegation. That's how. There's no relegation. They're a founding member. They are a permanent member. They've got guaranteed European football every season. That's how they survive. Is it fully confirmed? Yes. Anyone up for a shirt and scarf bonfire? 12 idiots. Yeah. Arsenal having 1 point from 30 games. We're all going on a European tour. We're on 390 likes right now, guys. We've got 350 viewers, slowly decreasing. I'll be coming off shortly. If we could get that to over 400, possibly even push it up to 500, big ask before I end it. That would mean a lot. And yeah, officially announced, 12 clubs are going independent in the big European Super League. Yeah. And the Alpha Mayor. How are Nico's comments? Sorry, how are Nico's comments ending up in my live stream? He runs YouTube. That guy runs YouTube. Yeah, Nico Milana for Mayor of London. Get him in there. NDL. Oh, how has the NDL found this chat? NDL for Mayor. Brilliant. NDL. Oh, NDL. NDL. Nico Milana's had my life. Here we go. NDL. Brilliant. Well, the stream's going to come to an end shortly then. Go and vote for Nico as Mayor of London. I support the NDL. NDL. Who have I been raided by? NDL. NDL. Anyone got any comments other than NDL? Something that I can bring up on the screen? Anyone? Yeah, young people aren't taken seriously. Vote Nico or Milana as the Mayor of London. From one BBC to another. Nah, ruined it, mate. You've ruined it. Nah, not TDL. That's not a motive in that. Yes, I know you've DM'd me on Twitter. I'm not currently checking DMs and stuff because it's just my phone's. Like, if you were to look at my Twitter right now, there's about 200 notifications there. So I'll check it all. What about the Euros? Yeah, we've not even talked about international football. Well, they've said that players who play for European Super League clubs from when it begins, I would imagine, aren't allowed to play at international level. So Harry Kane, for example, if he still plays, bedtime for me soon. Bedtime for me. Slurring words. Harry Kane, for example, say plays for Spurs in the European Super League, won't be able to play for England. That's what's being proposed. It's an absolute fuck up, is what this is going to do to world football. An absolute fuck up. Bamford, Ayling, Phillips, yes. Get the proper players in there, and we'll win Euros with ease. Messaged on Instagram. Okay. Yes, Haaland to Leeds. Yes, come on. Coming home. He's coming home. Leeds v PSG next season. Bamford to score a hat-trick tomorrow night. I reckon he's going to score 4. He's going to do Mark Viduka proud. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we're coming down to 300 viewers now, guys. Slowly declining. I know that a lot of you will be going to bed. I'm going to go to bed shortly. So we'll start wrapping up now. Get your last comments in. We're going to be wrapping up. You've been told all that I can tell you. 12 clubs have officially joined the European Super League, with 8 more to be announced in due course. And here we go. When will it be starting? As soon as possible for them. They want it to start as soon as possible. My life is ruined. Well, RIP football. Is there a point deduction? There's talk of one, yeah, for Premier League clubs. Can't wait to see the players and managers say about this. Yeah, I would imagine they'll be grilled now. Players in post-match interviews and stuff will be grilled about this. Good night, mate. Cracking stream. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, minus 15 points. Yeah, take a leaf out of our book. Will there be a stand by the players if they've got anything about them? They should do. Is this league instead of domestic football or alongside? The people putting the European Super League together want it to be alongside domestic leagues, but the Premier League have turned around and said anybody who plays in the European Super League ain't playing in the Premier League. So there's a disagreement there already. It's going to cause an absolute shitstorm. It already has. Just prepare for the next few days, because the media is going to be all over this. They're going to love it. Shitstorm tomorrow, indeed. Yep. Well played to Leeds. You should be proud as an Everton fan. Cheers, mate. Cheers for tonight, mate. Gutting day for football, but the proper clubs will take charge. All Leeds, aren't we? Thank you. This is like that old Nike trailer where football got taken over by robots. Yeah, I remember that. It was on the 2014 World Cup, on it, and they went and played on some different planet against like a team of robot, like Ibrahimoviches and stuff. Brilliant stream, mate. Shit news. Let's see how this shitstorm goes down. Not well. Not well. Right, I'm going to leave it on this, and I'll get your comments in and get your thoughts on it, and then I will be heading out. Thanks for all your support on the stream. I don't know how many likes we're on right now. 413. If we could get up to 450 before I head off, that'll be much appreciated. There'll be a few of you who've not liked it. Get your likes in. Thanks for all your support. It's been a great 2-hour stream. So it's my first live stream. You've all been brilliant interacting. But here we go. As it stands, ridiculously, the Champions League next season, Leicester, West Ham, Everton, and Leeds, as it stands. Atlanta, Napoli, Lazio, and Roma. Sevilla, Villarreal, Betis, and Real Sociedad. The Europa League, Aston Villa, Wolves, Crystal Palace. I can't be bothered reading the Italian and Spanish ones, but it's ridiculous, isn't it, everyone? It's ridiculous. Yeah. As it stands, Leeds qualify for Champions League. If they're really serious about getting this European Super League off at the start of next season, which I can't see it happening. Fans should boycott the Super League. Yeah, they will do. You've smashed it for first live stream, mate. Leeds are in the Champions League. Yeah, what a great time to do it. Yes, I'm assuming you're a Leeds fan or, a Leicester fan or what have you. Each club receives 3.5 billion. Yep. And then Man City still want to play in Premier League alongside this European Super League, up against the likes of Norwich and Barnsley, maybe. A £3.5 billion Manchester City playing Barnsley. Are you fucking joking? No chance. Where's the competition? What's the point? Liverpool have left UEFA. Not seen anything. Champions League and Europa League cancelled. Nah. Barnsley would still beat them. Yeah. UEFA say that every club and player participating in the Super League will be banned from all UEFA and FIFA competitions. UEFA will sue every club participating 50 to 60 billion euros. This is serious shit. It's serious shit. It's fucked. Anfield Watch. Yeah. All Champions League and Europa League games have now been temporarily cancelled. Shitstorm. It's gonna go on all morning and all night. Well, all night and all morning, this, everyone. And I wish I could stay around to cover it. But, I mean, I'll probably stream tomorrow. If you want another stream, if you want me to come on tomorrow with more guests, maybe fans from other clubs and stuff, and, well, it won't be tomorrow, actually, because we're meant to be playing Liverpool. Hopefully that goes ahead. I can't see why it wouldn't. But maybe the day after or whatever, or maybe throughout the day tomorrow. If you want to see more, please subscribe. We're coming up to 20,000 subscribers. So everyone who's in here now, if you could all subscribe, if you've not already, that would mean a lot. And get the likes in. Let's get it up to 450 if we haven't already. That'd mean a lot as well. Yeah, 431. We should be able to hit 450, guys. We'll give it 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Yep, Leeds against Chelsea against Real Madrid cancelled. Yep. Fuck the Dirty Dozen. Tomorrow night might be the last time we play Liverpool. Feel like I'm in a dream. Liverpool have left UEFA. I hope Chelsea pull out too. No chance. They're fucking born out of money at Chelsea. They'll jump at the bit when there's any money involved. Love this tonight, Lewis. Thanks very much, mate. I'll be doing more. You've all been brilliant with me. Cancel the FA Cup. Yes, man, serious shit. Yeah. Moat would still bang one in from 40 yards against a £3.5 billion team. Alex Moat. Just a bargaining tool. We'll never go through with it. Well, we thought that when it first came about, but now there's an official announcement out there people are actually starting to take it a bit more seriously. And once you've put an official announcement out and clubs are genuinely in discussion and there's a website and everything sorted for it and there's already talks of private streaming services, then you kind of start to think, yeah, the board of, being controlled basically by the FA and UEFA and FIFA. They just want to be their own body and play for themselves in their own league with their own streaming services and their own money. And this is where we're at now. The elite have got too big-headed, too rich, and they're in a position where they can do that now with ease, and nobody else has a say about it. So that's what's happening to football. That's the future, as it stands, unless it is just a bargaining tool. We will find out. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yep. What's happening with our game tomorrow? As far as I know, it's going ahead. I can't see why it wouldn't. It's only European fixtures that have been cancelled for now. There is a chance the game don't go ahead tomorrow. There is a chance, because they may have to put football on hold to resolve this. It's a massive, massive thing. All football could be paused. Some people don't actually realise how big this is. I said someone earlier saying I'm treating it like it's some sort of apocalypse and the end of the world. Well, for some clubs and some players and managers and stuff, it is. It's huge. It's a huge change. It's not just a rule change. It's a complete format change internationally. And bodies are going to need to work together and resolve this. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos. So whether they need to put football on hold, who knows? Players will get bored as fuck. Fans will get bored as fuck. The Champions League special, because elite meetings between teams are rare, and if you're doing that week in, week out, there's going to be no interest in it anymore. It's just going to be, all right, yeah, Man City are playing Real Madrid. Well, I've seen Man City play Real Madrid 4 times this season. So what? Big fucking woo. Do you know what I mean? That's how it's going to become. I feel sick. Players will get bored as fuck. They may have billions of pounds, but they don't have Stuart Dallas. He wouldn't, would he? Okay, hell. I had my head in my hands for that. Head in my phone for that. Nearly missed it. Much bigger than Spuds, yeah. At least the Prem won't be all about money. It will still have to be to an extent, because the FA would have to inject a lot of clubs with money to make sure the quality's still there, to make sure the viewership's still there. End of the day, they still need to be one of the most watched leagues in the world. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. The Premier League's based on money, as sad as it is. Yeah, Europa League's been cancelled as well. Yeah, Europa League, Champions League, both been cancelled for anyone. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Looks like Klopp will be leaving because of this. I really hope that it isn't cancelled. Honestly, watching Leeds is the main thing I look forward to at the moment. Life is dull as. I feel you, mate. I feel you. That's been the same for a lot of us over the past year. The last year's been tough. Football's obviously one of the biggest things that's kept people going. People are into football, and it's in poor taste. It's in very poor taste for the rich wanting to get richer in a time of poverty, essentially, where a lot of businesses and stuff are suffering. Lower league football clubs are suffering, and then the rich want to get richer. The rich don't think, let's improve the Premier League, Let's make it more enticing. Let's improve English football. Let's improve every country's football. Let's inject money into the lower league clubs. Let's create more competition. Let's make it more exciting. We want lower league clubs to come up and give the big dogs a run for the money, but no. They want the big six to thrive, the big six to get richer, the big six to move on and leave everyone else behind to fucking rot. And that is the sad truth of it. That's the sad truth of it. Do we as Leeds fans have to worry? No, it's essentially good for us in a way, but it's not good for football. It just isn't. $438 likes, guys. 12 more. 12 of you sat there right now. I know 12 of you are sat there right now looking at that like button, and it's not clicked. Do it. Get me to 450 likes before I head off. No, but seriously, thanks for all your support, all your interaction. Yeah, it's shit. It's a massive fuck up. It's a massive shake up in football. It's the future. It's the rich getting richer, and we don't have no say in it. They don't care about us. Are they kicking the big six out of the Prem? Yes, essentially. If they want to go and play in the European Super League, the FA have said, well, you're not playing in Premier League, so they will be kicked out, yeah. And I would imagine there'll be immediate punishments for those involved, points deductions, fines. And as it stands, you would have the likes of Leicester, West Ham, Everton, and Leeds qualifying for next season's Champions League. As it stands, it's ridiculous. It sounds hypothetical, but it's genuinely what's happening. The world's gone mad. Football's gone mad. Man United fan, I'm assuming. It's a fucking disgrace. Fuck the top six. LUFC fan zone. Hey up, welcome to the stream. It's just about to end, but welcome. What the fuck is going on? A shitstorm, mate. An absolute shitstorm is what's going on. Shitstorm. Well, LUFC fan zone has just come into the chat, everyone, and essentially stopped me ending the stream because now he's coming on. So you're going to have a bit more of me to cope with. I do apologise. We're staying on. I'm staying on for a bit longer. We'll give it... I'm not going to go over 3 hours, put it that way. Jesus, I want to go to bed soon. But yeah, I agree with all of you. I agree with all of you. You've all got the nail on the head here. Sellouts, gutting. Imagine the World Cup without the quality. Yep. Yep. I'd love to see Leeds win the title. So would I, mate. So would I. But it would be a much more rewarding reward in a league where you've got. Let me ask you all a question. In fact, no, I'll save it for when we get LUFC fan zone in the stream. But it's an interesting question that I want to ask you all regarding the players that currently play for the likes of Man City and Liverpool. Gary Neville is going sick. What Gary Neville said earlier was nail on the head. Nail on the head. You can see the anger and frustration in me. You can see the anger and frustration in him. And I'm not even a fan of this Big Six. I'm a Leeds fan. It don't really affect us. In fact, it benefits us. We'd have more chance of winning the Premier League. We'd qualify for the Champions League. And I am angry. So what does that tell you? That tells you that I know this is bad for football. I know this is bad for the future of football. I'm not sat here as a Leeds fan going, Champions League next season. Oh, we're going to have more chance to win it Premier League. No. Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea and Liverpool belong in the fucking Premier League. No matter what your opinions of them are, no matter how snotty they've become, or snobby, they belong in the Premier League. They are English clubs. So you want that competition in there. You want to be... you want to know that you can come up against quality that's like Kevin De Bruyne and Mohamed Salah, and I'm sure that the Premier League will still retain that quality to a certain extent with the clubs they've got remaining, like Leicester. You've got Jamie Vardy. You've got, Harvey Barnes. Up and coming players. Rafinha at Leeds. Surely if this happens and the big six come back, they would no longer be the big sixes of the... Mate, if the big six leave for the European Super League and it don't work out and they come crawling back, stick them at the bottom of the fucking pyramid. Can't just crawl back into the Premier League. What are you going to do? Tell 6 clubs in Premier League that they've got to fuck off back down to the Football League because the big six are back? No. Put them in the bottom of the pyramid and make them earn status. They've not got a God-given right to be in the Premier League, just like they've not got a God-given right to be in European football. But they want that. And do you know why they want that? It's because teams like Man City are sick of losing points to teams like Leeds. Arsenal are sick of losing points to teams like Fulham. They look down on those teams and think, we're better than you. We deserve the God-given right to be in a European Super League where everything's just put on a fucking plate for us. They don't have to earn anything. That is where they want to be. That's where they think they deserve to be because they've got money in the bank. And it's fucking bullshit. Football is a working man's game. It came from the poor and now it's been stolen by the rich. It's fucking frustrating for football as a whole. I'm sat here as a Leeds fan. It benefits Leeds. But I'm not happy about it. I just needed to come on and get it off my chest, and I feel like the majority of you agree with me. It's just ridiculous, man. Well said. Exactly. Can't go back on it now. 477 likes now. We are 477. 478 likes, everyone. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Get me to 500. I'm just going to keep giving you like targets every time it goes up. We're going to get LUFC fan zone in, get someone else's opinion. Honestly, I was nervous about going live. It's my first live stream, but it's gone very well. It seems to be a good topic. I know, Lewis. I know, get some sleep. I know, I should go. I should be coming off. I should really be coming off. I don't have anything to get up for, people. I'm free tomorrow. Get some sleep, Lewis. I know, I'm staying on. I'm dedicated to the cause. We're going to keep talking about this. We've got 200 people in here. 200 people who've clearly got no sleeping pattern like me. So that's fine. Or they just live in a foreign country. Right. I'm going to invite the boys. Oh, one of the boys. I feel sorry for Big Six club fans. Interesting. I do to an extent. But a lot of them will be plastics who would quite happily just watch the team play. From Man City, for example, would quite happily sit and watch the team play Real Madrid and stuff every week. And then I feel sorry for the actual proper Man City fans who've been going to Main Road since, the 80s, for example, who've seen Man City build a community, who are now on about upping sticks. There's talk of even these 12 clubs genuinely moving to another country to all play in the same country, so there wouldn't be flights here, there, and everywhere. It's ludicrous. Could you imagine your local club up in sticks and moving to like Peru or Florida? Like Man City just go, right, we're moving. Could you imagine that? Because if Leeds did that, I'd be fucking done with them. everything that I've been through. Jack's in now. Hey up, Jack, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I was fucking in bed at about 10:30. I'm gonna get an early night, and then I saw what happened. I was like, well, I'm not getting sleep, so.
I've literally been saying for the past hour, I'm going to wrap up, guys. I'm going to wrap up, but the comments have just been. I did my first. I did my Go on. He's speaking to bird.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate.
Right, man. Hold on. Yeah, the comments have just been too enticing.
Getting bollocked there. Give me a second.
European football is not cancelled.
I'm just going to turn my camera off for about 30 seconds, mate. You can still hear me. Yeah, it's a shit show, isn't it? Like, complete and utter shit show. I mean, like you said, it's probably better for us in the long run, but it's just not going to be the same, is it?
Oh, well, no, apparently the Champions League and the Europa League have not been suspended now. He's getting bollocked. Happens to the best of us, mate. Happens to the best of us.
I know.
It's 1:45 a.m. where I am. Sleep can wait. Football comes first. It's 1:45 for me in the morning.
I've got a fucking lecture at 10. Oh, well.
You've got a lecture at 10?
At 10.
Football comes first, mate. Football comes first.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on it then?
Well, the thing is that it's kind of come out. Obviously, like you've kind of heard about it for a fair few months now, and I think, like for me, I didn't know anything about it this morning, and then out of the blue, in the space of 5 hours, it's gone from 0 to 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's no, I don't know. It's shit in one word. I just can't see. It's like point of no return now, if that makes sense. Like with these big clubs, it's point of no return. What's happened? Basically, all the big 6 clubs have basically decided to fuck off and make their own league.
Right.
Yeah.
And they are doing it.
Yeah, they are doing it. Yeah. So it's
shit.
Yeah. It'd be quite interesting to see what reception we get tomorrow as well. Obviously,
if it happens.
Well, I can't see him delaying games. I really can't see him delaying games.
They can't really afford to, can they? In the current climate.
Well, that's it. No, it's like fucking hell. I think once you start delaying games, then that's when lawsuits come into it, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Well, there'll be plenty of lawsuits anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. I think each club gets something like 3 billion, which is absolutely
3.5 billion, mate, each.
3.5.
Yeah.
Goes to show though, like the amount of money what's in football for each club to be paid that much. It's just. And to be fair, I hope it. Obviously, I know everybody hopes it flops, but I hope it flops to the point where these rich billionaire owners lose out on everything. You know,
the thing is, Man City, for example, wanted to play in this European Super League and play in the Premier League at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not feasible, surely. I mean, the Premier League have said that ain't happening in any situation. It's not happening. They're not allowing that. They would be kicked out of the Premier League instantly.
So.
But say they could play both together. Are you really going to put a £4 billion Manchester City up against a newly promoted Barnsley?
No, you're not. I think
it's ludicrous to think about, mate. I don't really understand what's going on in people's heads where there's a world where that happens. Like, you would basically be handing the Premier League title to knowingly one of the world's best teams every season.
Well, it's a franchise, isn't it? It's like NFL. You pay your way into the league, or if other way around, they pay you for your status, and there's no promotion and relegation for the majority of it, which, like, franchise is never... It takes away that thing of football where you see, even like Luton Town now they're in the Championship. Like I can't say I know Luton Town used to be like they've had a bit of history, but like you look at teams who like who climbed the pyramid and have grown year on year. It's like that is completely removed now. You can't. It's not like on Football Manager where you can take Harrogate Town to Champions League final. Do you know what I mean? Or the Super Cup final, because it's like it's just not going to happen, is it? So it's
come out that it's a US company and Ed Woodward behind it.
Ah, so scum, man.
Yeah, which isn't surprising whatsoever. You've seen Arsenal and Spurs release statements. I don't know how many of the 12 clubs have actually released statements. I've not really been on the old Twitter. I'm assuming
Spurs
every club will have done, yeah?
Yeah, Spurs is... yeah.
Some haven't.
I know Arsenal and Liverpool and Spurs have. Spurs were really blunt. It was literally like saying...
bye.
We've literally said, like, we've accepted it. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, Munich are involved now, aren't they?
Could you imagine a Premier League of Barnsley, Aston Villa, Brighton, Burnley, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Leicester, Bournemouth, Norwich, Swansea, Newcastle, Sheffield United, Southampton, Watford, West Brom, West Ham, and Wolves? That just sounds like the Championship.
It does, doesn't it? It does. It's like, oh. Thing is, though, it's
a clusterfuck, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's an absolute fuck up from top to bottom. It's like, like I said before, it's like you don't go back from this. You don't go back from this. And I think now, like, even if this goes fucked up, or even if it doesn't go fucked up, like, everyone will look at these 6 clubs from England and obviously around the EU as well. And they'll like Liverpool, like I think Neville, I'm fucking agreeing with Gary Neville here, but I think you put it perfectly that like Liverpool is supposed to be like a working class club for the people.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show and all that. It goes to show that you can say that as much as you want to try sympathise with the people, but when it comes down to the money and the dollar signs in front of you, you know what you're going to pick first. So it's football, unfortunately, now. You know what I mean?
Timing of this is well sus. It's not, because UEFA were due to announce a new Champions League format tomorrow, today now, and that's why this has come about now, to basically jump the gun and say, you can release your new format, but we aren't playing it. We're forming his own league, so see you later, do what you want, essentially. And the backfire that they've received and will continue to receive over the next few days, a backlash even, is going to be ridiculous.
Thing is, though, I think like you look at the Champions League, it's just because the teams that compete, and it's not going to lose its stature. The history is still there. That's just my opinion. I think that the history is still there, and regardless of whoever plays in it, it's still the Champions League. And
yeah, it's still enticing. In fact,
yeah,
it will, especially for maybe the first go of it or first 2 goes of it. Quite refreshing in a way. Maybe not quality on the pitch wise, but to see clubs like Everton and Leeds in the Champions League, especially if they're pumped with quite a bit of money and bring quality in, which there will be, because the FA is going to have to make it.
Is that money still there, though?
Yeah. Well,
ultimately, the money goes down to viewing and sponsorships. What comes down to viewing?
UEFA and FIFA are allowed to fine every single club who pulls from their competitions 60 million euros each anyway, which is no.
Yeah.
But every club. And then the Premier League will no doubt be able to fine said clubs that are leaving English football. So that'll bring quite a bit of money back. And I would imagine the FA are loaded anyway. And, they don't really need anything to keep the league afloat. The new clubs, they will just pump with money, make sure they bring quality in. Leeds will practically become one of the top 3 biggest clubs in the league, fan base wise.
Yeah, I think
viewership wise, that's what I wonder.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think things though, like, how does this work? Does it have a knock-on effect, or does the league go from 20
everything's going to have a knock-on effect now?
But surely you can't just promote 6 teams from the league below, because obviously it goes down and down, and it's a pyramid, isn't it? So it's just gonna it's gonna have a knock-on effect. So it's got to be the case where it's a 13 or 14.
Well, it would be. No, I think it will be like that. For example, say it was going to start next season, and they've got to put football on hold to sort this shit out. Which personally, I still think there's a chance it couldn't happen. And even if it does go ahead, I reckon it's going to take quite a while to sort out. But that being said, are the Premier League and the FA going to be happy to keep clubs in there knowing full well they're planning on leaving? Or they want to kick them right now? So let's say, for example, next season's Premier League starts without these big 6 clubs in it. You would then turn around to Sheffield United, Fulham and West Brom and say, you're not relegated. And then you'd bring 6 clubs up from Championship. You'd bring 6 clubs up from League One into Championship. You'd bring 6 clubs up from League Two into League One. And you'd bring 6 clubs up from non-league into League Two. I'm not sure if those numbers are exactly right, because I know that some leagues have got different numbers, but you get what I mean. They would have to do that.
Yeah.
They're not going to change the format of the league. They can't. So, Sheffield United fans will be buzzing.
Oh, can you imagine? I know, that'd be nuts, isn't it?
Relegated mathematically. Wilder will be there tomorrow. Can I have my job back? I really want to leave.
That's it. That's it, though, isn't it? It's like you couldn't even write it in terms of like, you look at like some of these clubs who've like Everton. Well, obviously I know they're not in it, but like for example, like Man United got relegated once in the 80s, 70s, something like that. They've been in the competition for biggest part of 100 years now. So obviously not European football, and as long as European football's about, Manchester United have practically been in it. So it's like to strip them teams out of it. Like I said, I think it'll make it interesting. You know, I think the viewership. I don't know, because like you look at the Europa League, if Man City played Dortmund in the Europa League, you'd watch it because it's Man City versus Dortmund. If that makes sense.
This is the thing. It's the Champions League is special because you sit down to watch those rare fixtures. You'll see Man City against Real Madrid, for example, once every 4 or 5 years. If you're going to watch that once a month, it's not special anymore. It's going to get boring after a season of it. And then after that, there's no coming back. If you then turn around and go, right, we hold our hands up, this European Super League was a mistake. After that, you bring the Champions League back. People sitting down to watch Man City against Real Madrid, they're like, well, I fucking watched this 4 times last season, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's going to dent football permanently, this.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of things, really. Like, the more you have it, the more less interested you are in it, because it's not like it kind of takes the occasion out of it. Do you know what I mean? I think. So, I take it just be, well, I know it's called Super League, I take it just be a straight, like, Premier League-esque standard league format where
20 clubs. They've got 12 in there at the moment. 3 elite clubs have said no, and they're PSG, Dortmund, and Bayern.
And say with these,
gone.
Obviously, there's 5 clubs which can get relegated. Let's say
No.
if
No. They're in. It don't work like that. Basically,
I thought it was 15 what are guaranteed.
15 are guaranteed, but the 5 don't get relegated as such. They just get switched every season. So imagine a league of 20, 15 are guaranteed to be in it every season, and then say Everton win the Premier League. They'll be like, oh, Everton come play in European Super League this season. And then after that, say Leeds won the Premier League the following season. They'll be like, oh, Leeds come and play in European Super League this season, and Everton won't be in it.
Right.
That's how it's going to work. So basically, they'll give 5 clubs a chance every season of going to win that European. But they're not going to win the trophy. So basically, they're just playing in a league for no reason.
Just filling up numbers.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it'll work. UEFA simply needs to throw all 12 clubs out forever. Set of greedy, good for nothing bastards. Get them to fuck. Let's hope Bielsa lifts the Champions League soon, discussing what's going on.
Yeah, I wonder what Bielsa has to say on all this.
Oh, yeah. Well,
interesting one.
You can imagine.
No doubt it'll be asked tomorrow or soon anyway. But it's, the world's gone mad.
It has. But this was always going to happen. It were always on cards. It's a bit of a shitty time to do it. there's businesses struggling all around the world, poverty, and I know people can say, well, that's not to do with football. Yeah, I get that, but the rich just want to get richer in a time where there's certain football clubs that are barely being able to keep afloat.
They want to push the boat out as much as possible.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the next
level,
stage, so to speak.
Yeah. It will always going to happen, but I just think it's in poor taste, and I think they've gone about it wrong. Wrongly. Do you think tomorrow's game will be postponed? No, I don't see any reason why it needs to be. I think there'll be a lot of animosity around the media, especially tomorrow and this week.
There's loads of stuff, just tweets everywhere saying this, that. I don't even know what to believe anymore. Apparently, Klopp were going to walk if they accepted it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's like Mad Friday, but on a European football level.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get used to this. I'm still trying to get used to this, Mac, mate. I've had a Windows PC all my life, and I'm getting there. It's just a bloody mouse. The inverted scrolling took me ages, and then I've changed it to the normal way now.
Wow. This is genuinely happening, mate. Another statement. Well, this was ages ago. I've only just seen it, to be fair. But Super League official statement. Chairman, Florentino Perez. Real Madrid, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Vice Chairman, Andrea Agnelli. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Juventus's. Vice Chairman, Joel Glazer. That name will be familiar. Don't even need to see who that club is. Yeah, it's.
Are you reading the same one as me? I think
so. Yeah, just retweeted it.
If the players participating in the European Super League are banned from playing in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, we will create our own World Cup tournament. It is no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
But that's what they'll be saying, and it's just like.
I just hope it flops. I really hope it flops.
Oh, mate, it will, but that's not the point. The point, it going ahead, isn't the problem. It flopping isn't the problem. That's what I meant. It going ahead isn't the problem. It flopping is, because it's going to dent football after that. It'll dent football as soon as it happens. I guess you could say yes, it happening is a problem, but we've got to accept it is happening now. Like, it's literally being organised properly, officially announced. There's clubs in it, there's chairmen, there's staff, there's already a website created for it. They're already talking about private streaming services, which you'll have to pay for. It's all being done. Yeah, it's all being done. It's all independent. It's all being done right now as we speak. It's not.
So I wonder if there've been a TV rights sold for it then, unless it's like a purely like.
They've been planning this since back end of last year.
Oh yeah, it's not something you just put together on day.
No, but
it'd be interesting that, because like, think about it. You got Sky and BT who are going to lose out on a lot of money from Premier League rights, because let's be real here. Premier League rights won't be worth as much now. Should the big six, so to speak, not be in it? So then that kind of makes you think like, right, okay. So if the money's not in the Premier League anymore, it must be in the Super League. Then it's kind of like on this not ethical, but kind of on this like moral thing now, right? Does Sky support this? When you've got people like Neville and Richards and everybody at Sky they are saying that it shouldn't happen. So it'd be interesting to see where the TV revenue comes from in this country, because I can't see Sky or BT poking it at all.
Oh no, they won't let Sky and BT get involved. That's what I'm saying. Everything's independent. They've already apparently sorted their own private streaming service and website, which people will just have to pay for. So that's more money just going straight to those clubs.
Yeah.
Say for example,
legal streams is.
So for example, Man United are playing Barcelona. They would set a private stream up for that, which you can only access through one website, which you'll probably have to pay a fair amount of money for. And all the revenue that's made off that game will be split between those two clubs. I would presume.
Yeah, something along them lines. Something along them lines.
Yeah, it's just before the announcement was officially made. I had Oscar on, and we were just saying, you know, it could just be a power grab. It could just be blackmail. But now I'm at the point where it's like, well, actually, they're serious about this. This is serious shit. Like, this is the next stage of the football, and it's not good.
I think it's kind of at the stage now where the Premier League are like, right, well, we've got to make ourselves look like we have some sort of authority here, which they should do, really. You know, the league is bigger than a club. And now it's like, right, it's been sorted. Like, I wonder what the Premier League are thinking. Like, do they kind of think, right, are we going to set up some sort of like agreement or like some compromise here? Or do you think they'll just say, right, off you pop? Because for them, you got to think they're a business as well. They're losing a lot of money. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they come out, because it's kind of like
they can't do it though, can they? If the decision's made, they could just
ransom, isn't it?
They've got to punish them.
Yeah,
the Premier League have to punish. If the Premier League want to show authority, there's talk of a 39-point deduction. Don't know why 39.
The thing is,
it might be the max you can do it legally, or I don't know.
The thing is, though, I know like you say, yeah, they should punish them, and I completely agree with that. But at the same time, they'll be shooting themselves in the foot financially. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Like,
yeah. But
don't get me wrong, they'll want to do it, but it's like, can they? Well, they can afford it, but financially going forward, it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? For them as a business, losing out on money is never the right thing to do. So it'd be interesting to see.
Can you really be seen to keep clubs in the league knowing full well they've betrayed you in public?
That's it. It's kind of like that. You're kind of like weighing up, like, right, do we have the power? It's ransom. It's ransom. They don't have a say in this at all. They just got to try and get the best deal out of it for themselves, because, like you said, it's done now. So,
what's being said now?
Apparently, Man City didn't tweet their statement; they just put it on the club website.
Is that an official quote, that from Perez, by the way, about the World Cup?
See if I can find it.
It's all right, I'm saying that, mate. Right, but this is the question I was going to ask, and I want everyone in the chat who's listening to me now to answer this as well. Right, if you are a football player playing it, right, let's say if you are, let's say somebody who's not absolutely massive. Let's say you're Andy Robertson, sorry. Playing for Liverpool. Do you want to go and leave your family and play in a strict schedule in some other country in a European Super League, knowing full well you won't be able to play for Scotland, which, you know, some may argue is actually a blessing, but we move on. And told you won't be able to play in national competitions, you won't be able to play in the Champions League, you won't be able to play in the Europa League. Andy Robinson. Robertson. Let's say something like, say you're KDB, actually. Say you're Kevin De Bruyne. You know full well you'd be banned from playing for Belgium. You'd be banned from playing in all domestic, European and other world competitions other than the European Super League. And you're possibly going to have to move. Do you still want to play for Man City? Yes or no?
I mean, if you're asking me, I think it's... Do the players have a say in this, though? I don't think they do.
Of course they do.
I really don't think they do.
How do they not?
Well, you look at Walker, he's come out and basically said, like, I can't remember what he put exactly, but he definitely showed his disagreement towards it, as of a lot of other players.
Yeah, but if the majority of a squad turn around and go, right, we're not playing, what are you going to do? Like, fine them? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he's kind of like, it's just like mixed signals. That's what I'm trying to mean. Like, get at that, like, players coming out and saying, like, well, we don't want it, but then the I don't know who owns it. Is it Sheikh?
No way, Lewis. No, nope. No, Lewis. Not in a million years. if I played for one of them, I wouldn't turn up at training tomorrow. Well, you know, I personally think, I don't know what Jack thinks, but I personally think the Liverpool squad should just like not come to Ellen Road tomorrow. Just, I think it'd be like a really great
Take the day
thing.
off.
Yeah, just take the day off. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you deserve it.
yeah. You deserve.
No,
You just stand your ground now. But
the thing is, that it'd be interesting. Obviously, they're like the Liverpool. It must be quite unsettling for that team. So I wonder if that kind of creeps into tomorrow's game. You know, in terms of performance, whether
I think we can get a result easily.
Oh yeah. I still like. I think we'll.
I think it'll be a goals game.
We'll get something. I think we'll get something definitely, but it'd be interesting to see whether the actual what's kicked off actually has effect on their performance. Albeit they're not the ones making the decisions, but you know, it's not like they'll be as interested as we are as to what's happening with them. But,
coming up to 3 hours on the stream, guys. I'm going to end it in 5 minutes because I've done all about. I've done just about all I can take for tonight. I've got through probably about 2,000 comments or something stupid like that. You've all been brilliant. Your interaction's been brilliant, but you can all start to get off now and get your sleep if you're in England or in a country where it's early hours. If you're tired, I know there might be a couple of you. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning or something like that. But yeah, get your likes in before you leave if you've not liked already. Let's get us above 500. You've been absolutely brilliant. I appreciate all your support as usual, whether you subscribed or not. If you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this stream and you've seen some of my content, make sure to subscribe. We're coming up to 20,000. If you want to be involved in these streams, if you've got something to say which you think I need to do it on video, then become a member. The link should be pinned in the comments and in the description as well. There's different levels, different prices. I think they're fair personally, and you get perks. Just read through the perks, whatever would suit you best. Join the channel, become a member, and jump on these streams with the likes of me and Jack, me and Oscar, Joe Wayman, Mickey Beaker, the legends themselves. Isn't this 24 hours? No, it's not. It's not 24 hours.
Sky Sports.
I know.
Oh mate, I just can't even keep up with anymore. Mate, just fried with it all. It's like refresh every time I refresh Twitter. It's like so and so said this, so and so said this. I'll just look in the morning and see what's happened.
500 likes, brilliant. Let's get as far above 500 as we can before we end in 3 minutes. Any of you who've not hit the like button, smack it on your way out. Smack it, slap it, hit it, bop it, whatever. I've lost it, me. I need to go to bed. You can see just the brain cells just deteriorating slowly.
My eyes feel like...
likes. We're building. I can see, mate. I can see. Have you had like 3 hours sleep and just woken up, or did you not even get to sleep?
Oh well, I did last night. I went to sleep, got up at 4 o'clock for the Ben Askren fight. Then
oh god,
the punch, the Ben Askren punch. Well, Jake Paul punch. Turned out I was watching the bloody wrong thing. This were at 5. I thought this is late. Turns out I was watching the wrong thing. Don't know why. It were Triller. It was Triller Fight Club. It was just the completely wrong fight, and then I ended up missing it. I went to sleep at 6. So yeah,
I'm sick of people hyping Jake Paul up. He's beaten a basketball player and a retired MMA fighter. Like, when's he gonna actually fight someone who can box? The only time he's actually had a lengthy fight with someone with boxing ability were against Deji, and he got his nose busted and struggled for like 3 rounds.
I think it's amazing what you can do if you surround yourself with the right people.
He's got good technique. He's got very good. He's got better technique than KSI. Logan had better technique than KSI, but I think JJ's got more heart, and I think when them two fight, which is inevitable, JJ wins easy. For me, but Jake if Jake fights a boxer and knocks him out, and someone with genuine boxing ability, then I'll start to take him seriously. But don't keep hyping yourself up as the world's next best boxer when you've beaten a retired basketball player and a retired fat MMA fighter, which openly admitted himself he was fat and in bad shape. It's
clever because the cherry picked to a T. The cherry picked to a T, and I mean, say what you want, but like I can't remember. He's Askren's 2. I think he's 2-1 in UFC, and I can't remember who he bet, but like I said, I don't really follow MMA that much.
He literally
But
come out.
You've seen videos.
You've seen my body.
Seen.
You've seen my body. You've seen my shape. If Jake don't beat me, it's embarrassing. Like I'm just here for. That's what he said the day before. Mate, are you wearing a Kaiser Chiefs jersey? Yes, he is indeed. A very nice Kaiser Chiefs jersey indeed.
Got it sent by the beautiful sponsors. Yeah, sorry, I had to.
Yeah, send them my way and give me a paycheck, and then you can shout them out on here.
No, I don't want to.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
No, it's yeah, they're really, really nice guys actually. But on topic of Ben Askren, anyway, like you see, it's clips of him literally getting repeatedly pummeled in the face in a match which went on to win, and like, come on, one punch, and it wasn't like it's not like he hit him. Well, it was a clean punch. Don't get me wrong, but if you can take a few knees and elbows, or maybe not a knee from Masvidal, it was soft. Put it that way. I won't go that far. I don't think anything's fixed, but it was soft. The decision was very questionable.
Well, he got his paycheck.
Yeah, well, fair play to him, mate. He said that he's he was there for the money, which last payday, one last hurrah, then so be it. I mean, if I got paid to $1 million to get punched in the face once, I'd be the first one in the queue. You know what I mean? So
right with oh god. We've come up for 3 hours where I think we're going to end on about 510 likes. Don't know how many subscribers or anything we've gained. Thanks for all your donations. Thanks for anyone who signed up as a new member and joined the channel. You will be involved in future content. Thanks for all your interaction in the comments. I'm going to get off now, and Jack as well. As you can see, we're both very tired. But yeah, big 3 hour stream. We've made our opinions clear on this farce of a European Super League. You said you were going off ages ago, Lol. Yes, I am. Now, but yeah, thanks very much for everyone who's come on and interacted over 3 hours, and we will see how the shitstorm rolls out over the next week, and we look forward to Leeds against Liverpool tomorrow. Hopefully there's no hiccups with that one. Hopefully we can get a result there, and we'll have beaten 2 of the European Super Club's new shining clubs in 10 days, newly promoted Leeds United. So
you just know that the coverage is going to be nothing about the game.
Yeah. So it's going to be not about the game for the next week, but all coverage. It's like the fact we've got one of the biggest games tomorrow, and I've just done a 3 hour stream about this. Like, it should really have been about Leeds Liverpool, but it just wasn't. But yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going, everyone. Thanks very much again. Don't go, Lewis, please. Nah, I'm off to bed, mate. I'm off to bed. Right. Night, everyone. No matter where you are in the world. Night. Thanks very much, and I'll be back on the stream in future. Night, everyone. Cheers.
Yeah.